Hello.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Law, and let me just see. I see ACDC is present. Miss Roshunda Curry, please remove the picture from your screen. Let's see. I see courtroom 2 is here. All right. If you are not courthouse staff, if you are not an attorney, if you are a alleged victim, a family member, a friend, or someone who's here to testify on or behalf of defendant, please make sure that your video is off and that your screen is muted. Please make sure your video is off and your screen is muted. Okay. This individual on iPhone, are you okay, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Judge Law, and this is going to be our first appearance for misdemeanor cases. These cases involve individuals who were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail. And since then, their cases have been formally accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County. Today, when I address each of your cases, I will let you know what is the new accusation number asserted against, filed against you. What are the charges that have been brought against you? To appoint counsel where required, and to set a bond. For some of the cases, if the individuals are unable to be released from the Fulton County Jail, your case will then be a further notice 2 weeks from today, I believe, or at least just over 2 weeks. And our next court date is going to be
January the 20th for the SAP calendar.
okay. So for those who are still at the facility, your next court date is going to be January 20th, 2026 at 9 a.m. That proceeding is also going to be virtual. So please be sure to get a Zoom link from the clerk's office if you plan to attend. For those who've been charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one or if you have not retained one, then one will be appointed to represent you. For those of you who qualify for a bond today, some of you may receive what we call a signature bond or a UJR. In that case, you would not have to pay for your bond today, but you will have to comply with certain conditions. Failure to comply can result in your signature bond being surrendered or revoked and converted to either a surety bond or a cash bond. Those who do not receive a signature bond today, you may qualify for what we call a surety bond or a cash bond, in which case you will have to pay for your bond out of your own pocket. Conditions may still apply. Okay, I'm not sure who to begin with, so I'll begin with ACDC. Yes, who do we have first?
We have position number 6, Ms. Clark.
Position number 6. This is Kayana Juanicia Clark, accused of theft by conversion from January 5th of 2026. Your case number is 26CR108F. Ms. Clark, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be, is that Ms.
Attorney Rainford is here, Your Honor.
Oh, Ms. Renford? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can only see, it seems like the screen is so far away from you. Okay, got you. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Much better. Thank you. Any priors, Miss? I'm not quite sure. Pretrial officer, is it Miss? Who's our pretrial officer? Let's see.
Hey.
I got Miss Jackson.
Go ahead, so.
Is our pretrial officer on Zoom yet? No?
I don't see one.
All right, Miss Pierre, do you have a GCIC for Miss Clark or a recommendation?
I do. I don't show any prior arrests at this time. Right now there's a $780 surety already set by the previous magistrate. We did hear from Kroger. The total, while we have this amount listed as $680 that was on her way out, Kroger went back and did the total and the number of incidences. It's over $4,000. We are asking for a stay away from the Kroger at 590 Cascade Road. No further contact with Dante Rutledge, who is, I believe, the loss prevention officer at Kroger. And we're not sure how we're going to go forward on this. There's several incidences, several dates, and then the grand total. But for today's purposes, we would just ask that the 780 surety remain. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Renford, the bond is going to be set at a $3,000 short signature bond through pretrial services level 1. She'll report to pretrial once a month to stay away from the Kroger store at 590 Cascade Road and to have no further contact with Dante Rutledge. Next, no illegal drugs, no weapons and firearms. Next court date will be sent to her current address. Ms. Clark, you have a $3,000 short signature bond, and you don't have to pay for it today, but you report to pretrial once a month. If you don't provide us with a valid mailing address and you don't show up to court, if you get arrested again or you violate the conditions of the bond, your signature bond will be revoked. Thank you.
We have position number 10, Ms. Earl.
Derica Earl is accused of harassing communications under accusation 26CR110G from September 1st, 2025. Ms. Earl, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Renford. Any priors, Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. We have an open warrant out of Covington, 21 cycles in total. Let's see. Most recently in December, she had robbery and battery. In 2024, she had battery that was amended from battery against a pregnant person and battery family violence. That triggered a probation violation. In 2022, we have 2 terroristic threat charges that were null prossed. Those are the most recent, Your Honor. We were able to reach out and speak to the victim in this. She said that everything's the same. She has allegations that the defendant filed a fake warrant against her. There's sisters, cousins, etc., always threaten to kill each other. So she says that she attempted to file a TPO 4 times, but defendant keeps dodging service. But I do show that one went through on September 8th, 2025. Right now, we're asking for a $1,000 surety, no further contact with the victim in this case, whose name I accidentally left.
Carlise Benton?
Yes, thank you. To stay away from her home address, which she did not provide to us. But the TPO is in DeKalb County. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Earl is 29 years old. She's been in Georgia all her life. She's currently on disability. She's received her GED and she's also taking online classes at Atlanta Technical College. She's denying the allegations against her, Your Honor, and insists that the alleged victim has been doing the things alleged in the affidavit, Your Honor, and that she has videos and proof of this. She also tells me that she's pregnant, Your Honor, due in a month or so. So she's due soon, and that she is a caretaker for her 2 autistic sons currently, Your Honor. So I'd be asking if she could receive a signature bond, Your Honor, due to the fact that she is pregnant. She has 2 autistic sons that she's primarily taking care of, and they're currently staying with a friend right now until she's able to get released, and the fact that she's also on disability, Your Honor.
Bond is going to be set at 25,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. She's to have no further contact with Carlise Benton. Stay 200 yards away from Miss Benton. Do not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. Stay 200 yards away from where she's physically located, where she works, where she lives, whatever it is. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Once she resolves her warrant in, what was it, Covington? Okay. She'll be required to report to pretrial services twice a month. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And she needs to provide us with a current mailing address for her next court date. If she gets arrested again, if she fails to report to court, or if she violates the bond conditions, or if she violates the protective order that has been issued by DeKalb County, then her bond will be surrendered and converted to either a $25,000 surety bond or a $25,000 cash bond. Thank you. And Ms. Bridgewater, this will be per judge. Thank you.
We have position number 19, Ms. Lupo.
Breonna Lupo is accused of theft by shoplifting from July 9th, 2025, case number 26CR115Y. Ms. Lupo, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be, I think who's your attorney? Ms. McLeod? Okay, thank you.
It's me, Your Honor.
All right.
Good
Any
afternoon.
priors? Good afternoon. Any priors, Ms. Jackson or Ms. Spear?
Is Ms. Jackson on with us yet? I don't want to step on any toes.
No toes to be stepped on. Please proceed.
Okay. I show that she currently has 3 open warrants, 1 out of Atlanta, 1 out of East Point, 1 out of Marietta. Let's see, August 2023, felony shoplifting, September 2023, felony shoplifting, April 24, 2 counts of felony shoplifting, June of 24, theft by shoplifting. On September of 2024, she used her first offender status for that theft by shoplifting. July of last year, theft by shoplifting and an FTA. January of last year, theft by shoplifting and conspiracy. The very next day, we have this theft by shoplifting. So there's a $10,000 surety already set by the previous magistrate. I assume that's due to history and likelihood of reoffense. Stay away from Five Below, especially the one located at 3612 Marketplace. No further contact with the co-defendant, Sekei, Sekayii, Thomas, and I apologize if I said that wrong, and a social worker visit due to the extensive history with what's going on. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while in bond. Thank you.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 24 years old. She's the mother of two young children, a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. She tells me that she has been sitting in jail for some time, Your Honor. She does not have, my understanding is that she doesn't have a bond for whatever it is might be holding her in jail, or it may have been a situation where she might have been on probation and it was revoked. But nevertheless, she has been in jail for some time, she tells me. She does have these two young children and she's unemployed. As the prosecution has said, she has a bond on her other case, which is $10,000. She tells me that she's not in a position to pay for bond, Your Honor. So I'm asking the court to consider, if not a signature bond, if that is not on the table at all, the lowest possible surety bond.
Okay. For the theft by shoplifting, this is going to be a $500 cash bond to stay away from the Five Below store at 3612 Marketplace Boulevard. Actually, to stay away from all Five Below stores in Fulton County, Georgia. Next court date is going to be January 20th. And I don't think she has another open case in state court, but she does have an open felony case, 26 PI 154. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case, please.
Next, we have on position number 3 on the add-on calendar, Ms. Parker.
Shayla Parker is accused of battery, family violence, and 2 counts of simple battery, family violence under accusation 26 CR 148D. Ms. Parker, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be
Will be me, Jay.
Oh, Ms. Kim? Okay, hello, Ms. Kim. All right, Ms. Kim is going to be your counsel. Mr. Scaraco?
Thank you, Your Honor. And good afternoon. With respect to history, there is one prior arrest from 05 for theft by taking that was dismissed. The state's recommendation here is a signature bond through pretrial services. We are recommending FFIB as well as no further contact with Carla Parker, whom we've not been able to speak with yet. We'll continue those efforts. So we're asking for no further contact out of an abundance of caution, as well as a stay away from 965 Sells Avenue, Southwest Atlanta. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Miss Parker.
Carla Parker, if you're on Zoom, you can unmute and start your video. All righty. Ms. Kim, any objection to the stay away, no contact?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. On the battery family violence, it's going to be 2,000, and each count of simple battery family violence is 1,000 each. This is a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. No further contact with Carla Parker. She's to stay 200 yards away from Ms. Parker and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. Stay away from 965 Sells Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. Also, within 30 days of being released, she will not only update us with her current residential mailing address, but she will also enroll in a domestic violence intervention program. This is a series of 24 weeks of classes, which she will attend and complete without missing or skipping any of them. Cost of the classes shall be paid out of Ms. Parker's pocket. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and firearms. Next court date will be sent to her current mailing address. Thank you.
Thank you.
That bond again, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Is a signature bond through pretrial level 2, 2,000 on count 1, and then 1,000 each on counts 2 and 3.
Okay, and all signatures.
Signature bond pretrial level 2.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Courtroom 2, who do we have, please?
We got number 33, Ms. Stevens. Harris.
That was 32, was it? I'm sorry, what was the position number?
33.
33. Mary Stutzman Stevens is accused of failure to yield the right of way and failure to yield the right of way to a pedestrian or a cyclist from August 1st, 2025, case number 26CR 128H. Ms. Stevens, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McNally. Any priors, Mr. Scaraco?
There were a few, Judge. They are roughly at least 20 years old. The state's recommendation here is based in part on the severity of the injuries. From what it sounds like, at least at the time following the incident, the victim here, it's Mr. Anthony Santos, was non-mobile and non-communicative after being hit on his motorcycle. The state's recommendation is a $2,500 surety. We are recommending 1,000 for failure to yield, turning that charge, and 1,500 for the failure to yield, causing injuries to a cyclist. No driving without all the required documentation, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Mr. McNally?
Your Honor, I represent Ms. Stevens. Good to see you, Judge. Happy New Year.
You too?
Ms. Stevens has been married for 41 years to her husband, Don Stevens. They've been living in Roswell at the same house for approximately over 20 years, since 2002, Your Honor. She has been employed with Campstrap as a head of HR for their North American business. She's been employed there since 2022, Your Honor. She had maybe a traffic incident over 2 decades ago, Your Honor. She's been driving without incident for 2 decades. Insurance has already settled this. They have paid out policy limits. This accident was unfortunate. Miss Stevens was taking a left, and the other party was on a motorcycle. And from my view of the damage to the car, was going well over the speed limit, hit the side of the car, and of course, being on a motorcycle, got the injuries. But there's no indication in the police report that Miss Stevens was making a quick turn or an unreasonable turn. She was making a left turn, and this motorcycle came and hit her rear
So, Mr.
passenger.
McNally, I don't want to get into the actual details
Sure.
of the incident, but I'm more curious to know whether insurance companies have been involved. Are they working on this?
Yeah. Oh, they paid. They paid policy limits already. The
Okay.
claim, as my understanding, is done, and I don't see any reason why Miss Stevens needs to pay any bond. It should just be a signature bond. I feel like this should have been a place where she just got the citations issued and
It's a
gotten the court date.
$1,000 signature bond on each count, and that's a signature bond through the jail. No driving unless she has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. Next court date will be sent to her current mailing address, so please be sure to file an entry of appearance too. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Good to see you, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next case, please.
Number 9, Ms. Davis.
Centerrell Davis is accused of battery family violence from December 14th, 2025, case 26CR136F. Ms. Davis, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. McLeod. Any priors? Whoever's prosecutor, we're still waiting on a pretrial officer to join us.
Okay, that would be me, yes. Miss Davis, history, relevant history, 2024 FTA, 2023 criminal damage to property in the second, 2022 probation violation, 2021 simple battery, 2019 ag assault, first offender, status on that one.
And the recommendation?
We're asking for a $2,500 surety, no further contact with the victim, Waldarius Forte, who I believe I saw on Zoom, and per office policy, the FVIP program. We were able to speak with Mr. Forte. He currently lives in Texas and they no longer communicate, so there is no need for a stay away as it was her home where the incident occurred. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond, but if we could sign for Mr. Forte to see if he wants to add anything to the bond conditions.
Waldarius Forte, if you'd like to contribute, this is the time to unmute and start your video. All right. Ms. McLeod, this is going to be per judge, Ms. Bridgewater. This is going to be a
Can you hear me?
25. You need your video on, Mr. Forte?
Oh, okay. Can you see me now?
No. As I was saying, this is going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2.
Okay.
No further
Can you
contact.
see me now?
Yes, Mr.
Oh,
Forte,
okay.
raise your
Yeah.
right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
You live in Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't live with Miss Davis?
No, ma'am.
And do you plan to have any kind of contact with her?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much.
I would
Please,
like. Okay.
please mute your screen. It's a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with Waldarius Forte. And while she reports to pretrial, she'll need to complete 6 anger awareness classes. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons.
Thank you,
Anything
Your
else,
Honor.
Ms. McLeod?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Forte, you're free to go. Next case, please.
Number 8, Ms. Cotton.
Kamea Cotton is accused of battery from November 6 of last year, case 26 CR 135E. Ms. Cotton, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. McLeod. Any priors? Ms. Spear?
No, I don't show any, Your Honor.
All right, and the recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a $2,500 surety, no further contact with the victim, Sharonda Hunter, or any of the co-defendants, Wyleria Cotton, Keira Price, Keeyeirah. Sorry if I said that wrong. Jasmine Baker. Stay away from 3200 Lakeview Place. Is that right? I think that's the wrong address because this happened at in a park. And 12 anger awareness courses. We were able to speak with Miss Hunter, saying she had nothing to do with the beef that was going on. She assumes that the defendant attacked her instead of her cousin. Your Honor read the warrant, is aware that she was stabbed multiple times and ended up in the hospital. She does not want the defendant to get a bond, wants no further contact. Obviously, we are fine with no further contact, and we can't do anything about not doing a bond. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons. While on bond, if we could sound just to see if Miss Hunter is present. Thank you.
Sharonda Hunter. If you are on Zoom and you want to contribute. Oh, it's pretty much crickets right now. Okay. Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I am asking for a signature bond for my client. She's only 20 years old. I have not seen the warrant yet, so I really cannot comment on what the allegations are in the warrant, which sounds like it was a situation where several people are alleged to have attacked someone. My client denies any involvement in any of this, Your Honor. And as I said, she is 20 years old and has never been arrested. So I believe she does qualify for signature bond, and I'm asking for that for her, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Kamea Cotton, your bond is going to be set at 2,500. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. You are to have no further contact with Sharonda Hunter. You're not to have any contact with her family or her children. And that means staying 200 yards away and not communicating with any of them in any way, form, or manner. You have to stay away from the park. I think it happened at some park, if I'm not mistaken.
98 William Borders Drive.
Okay, is that a park, Miss Bridgewater, or something like that?
I'm reading and it doesn't quite say.
I
Butler
remember,
Park. Butler Park.
thank you.
Mhm.
Butler Park, yeah, she needs to stay away from the Butler Park in Fulton County, which is at 98 William H. Borders Drive in Southeast Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And while you report to pretrial services, please also make sure that you do not have any contact with these two individuals. And they were Jasmine Nicole Baker and
Valeria Cotton.
Wyleria Cotton. And that's all I've got. Can make head or tail of this really extended warrant. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Miss Cotton, right now you have a signature bond, which means that as long as you stay out of trouble, you don't get arrested, you show up to court and you do what you're required to do for your bond, there shouldn't be any issues. But if you violate any of the conditions, you could be arrested again and your bond will be revoked. Understood? Thank you.
That's the
Thank
other
you,
one.
Your Honor.
Ash?
This is Kimberly, middle initial A is either Ayash or Eyelash, not sure, but she's accused of battery family violence from January 6th of this year, case 26CR129B. Ms. Ayash, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Renford. And Ms. Harvey, yes, good afternoon.
Good
Would you be
afternoon,
able to provide us with a GCIC?
Yes, Your Honor. This is appears to be her first arrest.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, we have spoken with the victim. He does require an Arabic interpreter, but he claims defendant tried to kill him while he was in his sleep. He is in great fear of her, thinks the defendant will kill him, and that he believes that she has taken all of his legal documents while threatening to send him back to his home country. He has applied for a green card, but fears she will take it if it is sent in the mail. He wants no further contact and to stay away from the home at 128 Belmont Drive. So we're asking for a $2,500 surety, honoring the victim's wishes of no further contact with Sam Nisiri, N-S-I-R-A. Stay away from 128 Belmont Drive, and a social worker, as this seems to have come out of nowhere for no reason. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons, if I didn't already say that.
Mr. Nasiri, if you want to say anything, you would need to start your video and unmute. And unfortunately, I don't think I have an Arabic interpreter at the present time. Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 64 years old. She does live at the Belmont Drive address. It is her address. It's a condo that she's owned for 3 years. The alleged victim in this case has just come to the US, has only been here for a month, and has applied for his green card through a marriage with my client, Your Honor. My client relayed to me that she believes now that this was a fraudulent marriage and that she is confused as to the situation and what's going on. She is asking to be able to go back to her residence to get things if you are going to grant the stay away. But again, this is her house. It's been her house for 3 years, and this alleged victim has only been in the country for a month, Your Honor. She also relayed to me that he was being aggressive towards her. He was the initial aggressor. And if anything, she was only trying to defend herself. She's been in Georgia the majority of her life. She is a nurse, part-time with Emory Healthcare, and then as well as a travel nurse, Your Honor. She mentioned to me that, again, she's denied all these allegations and she hopes that she will be able to get back to her home because, again, the situation is not what she signed up for. And she thinks that he is actually trying to set her up in order to get his green card, Your Honor. And so I would be asking for a signature bond. Also, given the fact that this is her first arrest, she doesn't have any history within the criminal justice system, Your Honor. And she also mentioned to me that she has glaucoma. She hasn't been able to get her meds. So I just want her to be able to get home as soon as possible, Your Honor. So if Your Honor is inclined, again, a signature bond to get her out and also to allow her to go back to her residence, Your Honor.
Bond's going to be set at 2,500. So signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further contact with Sam Nasiri. She probably needs to find another place to live. She's allowed a one-time visit to 128 Belmonte Drive in Southwest Atlanta. This one-time visit must be with a police officer. If at this one-time visit, the police officer verifies that Mr. Nasiri has vacated the premises, then she may return to the location. Otherwise, within 30 days, otherwise she'll use the visit to retrieve her medicine and her personal belongings and update us with a new address within 30 days of being released. One other thing. Oh, yes. I seem to have lost my track of thought. But if he has vacated the premises, she can definitely return there. What I wanted to say next was, in addition to giving us a new address, Miss Ayesh can file a dispossessory action against Mr. Nasiri and obtain a court order to retrieve her home if it turns out that she and Mr. Nasiri are engaged in a fraudulent marriage. Of course, she has also the right to report him to the State Department and to the regular ICE authorities with regards to him if she believes that this is a fraudulent issue, keeping in mind that she herself might get in trouble with the law. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Any questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you. She has been in contact with the state.
Okay.
All right, let's get number 18, Mr. Jordan.
Mario Rashawn Jordan is accused of improper and erratic lane change and failure to report an accident from January 2nd of this year, case 26 CR 147C. Mr. Jordan, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Renford. Wasn't sure, Ms. Jackson or Ms. Harvey? I saw a couple of folks. Whoever's available to advise.
Good
Oh, Ms.
afternoon,
Jackson.
Nina.
Yes, thank you.
All right. There are 8 cycles. The last arrest was October the 25th, 2025 out of Gwinnett County for a probation violation. It does appear to be on probation in Gwinnett County for burglary in the 2nd degree and criminal trespassing. That disposition date was December the 19th, 2023, and the term is for 5 years. There is a prior felony conviction that was in 2008 out of Ohio for carrying a concealed weapon. There was a misdemeanor. It's in 2017 out of Gwinnett County for a DUI. It's recommended for UJR level 2, nothing in addition.
No. Mr. Scirocco, any recommendations for bond? Are you unmuted?
Yes, I see that now. Thank you. I do want to include as well, there's also, in addition to the 2017 DUI conviction, there's also a 2008 DUI conviction out of New York, and a recent arrest from this past October out of Doraville for DUI as well. And here there were several Fireball liquor containers found in the car here. So the state's recommendation here, given the danger this sort of driving poses to the community writ large, is going to be 7,300. That bond, it's currently 7,300 total, remains set. It is currently $1,200 surety on the improper erratic lane change and $2,500 on the failure to report accidents. We would recommend that remain as set. We are recommending no driving, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and we are recommending random screens for drugs and alcohol. And just as well, there is, I forgot to mention it, a NOLO to driving while license suspended or revoked from 2022, where there was originally a hit and run charge that appears to have been null pros.
All right, thank you. Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jordan is 41 years of age. He was born and raised in Cleveland. He's been in Georgia 16 years on and off for work, relocation purposes, and also for basketball. He currently works at B&B Foods. He is a high school graduate, and he attended the University of Buffalo, where he received his psychology degree, Your Honor. He is denying the allegations. He mentioned to me that he does have 3 children that he supports, a 14-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 17-year-old, Your Honor. I'd be asking for a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined. If Your Honor is not inclined for the signature bond, I'd be asking for the lowest possible amount.
Okay. On the improper erratic lane change, that's going to be $1,000 surety bond. The failure to report an accident is going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. This is a $3,000 split bond. Next court date is January 20th. And no driving unless he has proof of a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. Thank you.
All right, this got 36, Mr. Trigg.
Was that 36?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. This is Darius Triggs, accused of fair evasion and criminal trespass, case number 26CR 137C. Incident date appears to be January 6th of this year. Mr. Triggs, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be
Miss P.D. Kim.
Ms. Kim. Okay. Ms. Jackson, just basically how many arrest cycles does Mr. Triggs have?
Okay, just a moment, please, Your Honor. I apologize to the
That's
court.
okay.
Today has just been a busy day. I'm exiting and leaving, and it's just been real busy today.
We've heard. That's why we're going to keep you at this calendar for as long as we can.
Okay. All right, I'm pulling that one up. That's one of the ones I was unable to get to today. Okay.
If you don't mind, I can ask Mr. Scirocco if he has any chance, if he knows how many arrest cycles.
Okay, I just pulled it up.
Okay, great.
I only see 3 cycles out of Illinois.
Okay.
And
Mr.
those
Scirocco?
those were older, Judge, but I believe the most recent was a battery conviction from 2016. The state's recommendation here is a signature bond through pretrial. We think a social worker visit might be appropriate here for BHET or potentially housing. Stay away from MARTA in accordance with active suspensions, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Thank you. On the fair evasion is 250. On the criminal trespass is 750. This is a 1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 to stay away from all MARTA property in accordance with any active suspension. No illegal drugs and no weapons. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a blessed evening. 37, Mr. Watson.
Corey Anthony Watson is accused of battery from December 28th of last year. Case number 26CR 142H. Mr. Watson, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim.
Actually, this is conflict case, Your Honor.
Oh, it is? Okay.
And
Ms. McLeod?
If we could get Mr. Zacchaeus Johnson as well, the co-defendant.
All right. Ms. McLeod, have you had a chance to speak to Mr. Watson?
Yes, Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Watson.
Right. And I can't recall, was this a cross-defendant or a co-defendant?
They're co-defendants, Judge.
Is Zacchaeus Johnson in the courtroom?
No, ma'am. We couldn't find another attorney for him, so he decided to go back to Fort Wayne for the attorney to represent him for this case.
All right. So let's address Mr. Watson, represented by Ms. McLeod. Miss, will this individual, Chicago, sitting there enjoying a nice meal, please switch his video off? That looks really good, but let's put him in the waiting room. Okay. Miss Jackson, any priors on position 37?
Yes, there are 6 cycles. The last arrest was December the 15th, 2025 out of DeKalb County for obstructing an officer and driving while license suspended or revoked, and knowingly making a false statement pertaining to motor vehicle insurance. And that case appeared to be still pending. And there appears to be an open case pending out of Chatham County for battery and an additional open case pending out of Chatham County for theft or by extortion. I do have that GCIC up now, and I'm just scrolling to see if I see any convictions for you. I do see, I just want to try to check and see if that, it does appear to be on probation in Gwinnett County for theft by receiving stolen property. And that disposition date was September the 22nd, 2025. There are 3 years of probation. I'm not seeing what that's it, Yana.
I
Thank you,
believe my
Ms.
client
Jackson.
is indicating that that is not yet.
Just one second, Ms. McLeod. Just one second. Ms. Young, could you put Rashandra Curry and
Thank you.
Chicago 773 in a waiting room, please? Both of them.
Yes,
Both
ma'am.
of them in the waiting room. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Scirocco, what's your recommendation for Mr. Watson?
Yes, Your Honor. I do want to make sure that Your Honor is aware of the open PI case.
I am. Thank you.
Okay. All right. With that being said, I'm not sure if Your Honor received this as well, but there was also a report of a jail incident that happened, at least it's dated as being the 29th, so a day after this incident, that we received detailing both of these defendants actually stabbing the same victim, Mr. Dante Buford or Bufford. He was ultimately transported to Grady for his injuries. So we are concerned for his safety when he ultimately comes back from that. The state's recommendation here with his history and with that subsequent report, along with the facts here, is a 7,500 surety bond. We are asking for the jail to separate Johnson and Watson from each other, and as well as all of them from Dante Buford. No further contact with Dante Buford. No further contact with his co-defendant, Zacchaeus Johnson, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And just for the court's edification with respect to history, I did see that other history as well, that pretrial mentioned. So that is his history.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with my client, and what he tells me that he was just trying to break up something, Your Honor, that people came to his room. He tells me that he actually spoke to the supervising officer in the jail and explained to him what had happened, and was informed by that person that it appears that he was not at fault in any of this. So he was really surprised that he was being taken to court on this, Your Honor, because he tells me that he had nothing to do with it. He was just trying to break up something that he saw happening, but he did not initiate anything, nor was he involved
Okay, thank you.
in
In the
attacking
incident.
anyone. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, Your Honor, that's what he tells me. So I am asking Your Honor if he cannot get a signature bond, if he does not qualify for the lowest possible bond, because my understanding is that he will be going to court on Friday and he anticipates that he will have a bond on his other matter that is pending. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. On this battery charge as a $2,000 surety bond, the sheriff or whoever's considering that particular section of the Fulton County Jail is directed that Akari Watson be housed separately from Dante Burford and housed separately from co-defendant Johnson as well, which would be Zacchaeus Johnson, position 16. Next court date is going to be January 20th. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
29, Mr. Shields.
Cantavian Raquan Shields is accused of 2 counts of battery family violence and 1 count of simple battery family violence under accusation 26 CR 143G. Mr. Shields, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Any priors? Ms. Jackson?
The last arrest was November 6, 2024 out of Newton County for a probation violation. Does appear to be on probation out of Fulton County for aggravated assault. That case number is 24 SC 004135. That disposition date was October the 24th, 2024. That appears to be first offender probation, Your Honor, for 3 years. And there appears to be an open case pending in Fulton County for battery. That case number is 24 CR 001234 in the letter E. There appears to be an additional open case pending in Fulton County. That case number is 24 CR 001233 in the letter E. Sorry, for battery family violence and criminal trespassing. I'm having to pull this one up. This is one that I was unable to get to. And I can give you the cycles. There are 6 cycles, Your Honor. Wait a minute. There appears to be an additional history out of New York. There's 1 cycle out of New York. I do see like a misdemeanor conviction, a criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree. That was in 2022. I do see a prior felony conviction.
Well,
no,
that's
it's
quite all right.
misdemeanor.
I see he's got 2 FTAs in his current open cases, so we're good. Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Mr. Scirocco?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I should mention that both of those open cases for which those are in dormant bench warrant status, 1233E and 1234E, are both against the same victim here. And a lot of it involves terrorizing her with the child and violence. As well as that, it looks like the ag assault 24 SC 004135, 2 counts of ag assault are also against the same victim for strangling her and pointing a firearm at her. It appears to be First Offender Act deferred as of right now, but we'll be looking into that with respect to any potential felony transfers. In any case, there's clearly a huge risk posed to the victim here. That this is happening now again in the year 2025 is enormously concerning to the state, and we think even more appropriately that there needs to be he needs to have his ankle monitor reinstated here because it ultimately in those two cases 1233E and 1234E there were modifications to his bond to release him of that ankle monitor. It's clear he still needs that, but in total here the state's recommendation on the basis of risk of reoffense and his history is a $12,000 total cash bond. We are recommending $5,000 for each battery family violence charge, $2,000 on the simple battery family violence charge. We are recommending FFIB, no further contact with Michaela Harris, stay away from 2591 Etheridge Drive, Northwest in Atlanta. No further contact with any children of Michaela Harris, whether he shares said child with her or not. Ankle monitor, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Miss Harris.
Michaela Harris, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video if you want to say anything. You don't have to, but it's up to you. All right. Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Shields is 24 years old. About those failure to appear, I looked into it, and it was because the mails were returned to sender. Basically, clerk failed to write down the apartment number, so it was never actually arriving to my client. He did not receive any of the notice of hearings. That's why he has a failure to appear. Other than that, he's willing to come to the court. He believes that that location, 2591, that is actually his sister's house, and apartment belongs to his sister. And Michaela Harris does not reside there. So we would like to request that he has a visit to the place with a law enforcement officer to verify that the alleged victim does not live there and he can return home. They do have 2 children together, 1 and 2 years old. We would like to request for a third-party transfer. He has no objection to stay away, and not to stay away from his own place, but stay away from her and her, no contact with her. He has been going to Cobb County International School to complete his GED. He is currently working at Dollar Tree. He also helps out 11 sisters. Some of them are younger than he is. He's been working very hard to take care of his 3 children and his sisters. We would like to request for the lowest possible bond. Thank you.
And I believe that no further contacts were ordered in his existing, his open cases with respect to the children.
Thank you. Count 1 is going to be 3,500. Count 2 is going to be 3,500, and count 3 is going to be 3,000. This is a total of a $10,000 surety bond. No further contact with Michaela Harris. He's to stay 200 yards away from Miss Harris. He's not to communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. He's to stay away from any child or children that he shares with Miss Harris. If he wishes to have any kind of parenting plan, he would need to file a separate legitimation case and obtain a court order for a joint visitation, joint custody, and a parenting plan. He will be equipped with an ankle monitor for a minimum period of 12 months. The monitoring fees shall be paid by Mr. Shields. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. His next court date is January 20th, at which time we will also address the other 2 cases, 24 CR 001233E and 24 CR 001234E. Miss Young, I'm not certain, but I think the current case needs to be redesignated to Division E since they've got the older cases as well.
Yes, no.
Thank you.
So, Your Honor, can he return home if
Oh,
they're very?
so that's his sister's home?
Yes.
All right. He's to stay away from 2591 Etheridge Drive in Northwest Atlanta, apartment A401 in Atlanta, in that location. And he's to stay away from that location. He's allowed a one-time visit to that location to verify whether Michaela Harris and or her children live at that location. If any of them live at that location, then he's required to stay away. Otherwise, he can return to that location.
Thank
Thank you.
Next got 32, Mr. Stahl. Say room. No, man, don't say room.
Brian Stahl is accused of theft by taking from March 12th of 2025, case 26 CR 146E. Mr. Stahl, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Any priors, Ms. Jackson?
The last arrest was August the 30th, 2025, out of Madison County, Georgia, for theft by taking. That case appeared to be still pending. Let me pull up that GCIC and I can give you the cycles, please. There are 14 cycles. It's recommended for UJR level 3. I'm just scrolling through to see if there are any convictions for you, Your Honor.
Oh, that's quite all right. He's got 2 FTAs from September 5th and January 12th, 24 and 23. Mr. Scaraco, what's your bond recommendation?
The state's recommendation here, Judge, is a $1,000 surety. That is currently the bond that is set by the magistrate. We would ask that it remain set on account of the FTAs and his other open cases, including the 26 PI 000159, which is another theft case. We would ask for a stay away from 11575 Maxwell Road in Alpharetta. That's the Georgia Department of Driver Services location there, that incident location. We are requesting a social worker visit for BHET. We think that would be appropriate given the facts here, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, Judge.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Mr. Stahl is 40 years old. He does have 2 minor children, 3 and 18 years old, and they live together. 3 years old is currently living with him and his husband and roommate, Your Honor. He has master's degree in communication. He also he graduated from Georgia State University, bachelor's degree. He was working as a coding. However, at this point, he is unemployed, so he cannot pay for any bond. So we would like to request for the lowest possible bond. That's about it, Your Honor. So maybe maximum a signature on bond through jail is what we would like to request for. Thank you.
Right. Bond is set at $40 cash to stay away from the Department of Driver Services located at Maxwell Road. If he needs to renew his driver's license, he can go to another location. Next court date is January 20th.
Thank you.
Next one, number 3, Mr. Binion.
Arthur James Binion is accused of criminal trespass from January 6th of this year, case number 26 CR 130E. Mr. Binion, you be advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Is that correct, Ms. Kim?
No, it's Your Honor.
Oh, it's Ms. Renford? Okay, sorry.
Sorry about that.
Any priors? Ms. Jackson?
There are 58 cycles. The last arrest was December the 5th, 2025, out of DeKalb County for criminal trespassing. Does appear to have an open case pending in Fulton County. The case number is 24 CR 004 527 in the letter E for DUI. There- There are prior felony convictions, one in 2009 for criminal damage to property in the second degree, one in 2006 for burglary, one in 1994 out of Morgan County for armed robbery.
That's
This
good.
one,
That's good. Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Ms. Spear.
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, I have 60 cycles. Most of them are criminal trespass from MARTA, December 5th, November 25th. Oh, he has an FTA, from, May of 2023, November of 2024. In any event, there's a $2,500 surety already set that we asked to remain in place. Stay away from MARTA. And it sounds like he needs a social worker for potential housing. This particular officer and this defendant apparently have crossed paths quite a bit. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 64 years old. He currently lives with his sister in Madison, Georgia, Your Honor. He is unemployed. He went through the 11th grade. He relayed to me that he did not realize the MARTA bans were what they were. I explained them to him, so it was just really a misunderstanding, Your Honor. So I'd be asking for a signature bond. He doesn't have a job or anything that he'd be able to afford for a bond, and he mentioned that his family would not be able to afford what the bond is set at also, Your Honor. So I'd be asking for a signature bond if possible, but if not, if you could lower the 2,500 to something more reasonable for him.
Bond is set at $10. That's a cash bond. And just to make sure that there is no misunderstanding, Mr. Binion, you have a permanent ban from MARTA property. You are not allowed on any of the trains. You're not allowed on any of the buses. You're not allowed at any of the stations, the parking lots, their bathrooms, and so forth. If there is any confusion, let me know now, and I can repeat what I just said. Okay? Your next court date is January 20th, along with your other open case, and that was 24 CR 004 527E. He's got another open case with an FTA.
Got it.
Yeah, but what's it?
Next case, please.
Number 7, Mr. Clyburn. Second row. Second row.
Brendan Clyburn's accused of criminal trespass from January 6, 2026. Case number is 26 CR 134J. Mr. Clyburn, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Renford. Any priors?
there are 10 cycles. The last arrest was November the 3rd, 2025 out of DeKalb County for criminal trespassing. There are prior misdemeanor convictions and sentences. One in 2025 out of DeKalb County for criminal trespassing. Received a nolo contendory sentence in 2025 out of Clayton County for possession and use of drug-related objects. There was a nolo contendory sentence in 2024 out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing. And there was a conviction in 2023 out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing. It's recommended for UJR level 2, nothing in addition.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. There's already a $1,000 surety already set by the previous magistrate. We would ask that it remain as he was found sleeping in the stairwell less than 24 hours after being told not to be there anymore. Once again, we reiterate, stay away from the Georgia World Congress Center, including but not limited to Centennial Olympic Park, the Signia Hotel, College Football Hall of Fame, all property decks, and Mercedes-Benz Stadium. and perhaps a social worker visit to deal with the housing problem. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Clyburn is 35 years old. He does have a good mailing address. He was born in California, raised in Colorado, and he's been in Georgia for about 3 years, he mentioned to me. He's currently looking for a job and hoping to get on his feet soon and hoping to get an apartment soon, he mentioned to me. He also mentioned that he was just tired and fell asleep. I understand that he was told not to be on the premises, Your Honor, but he only fell asleep. It wasn't anything crazy, Your Honor. So I would be asking for a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined, and if not, for the lowest reasonable amount.
$5 cash bond. Stay away from the Georgia World Congress Center, including all surrounding property. So stay 200 yards away from that location. No illegal drugs, alcohol, and weapons. Next court date is January 20th. I need a social worker visit for housing issues. Next case.
Number 11, Mr. Hallam Burton.
Thank you for your service.
Johnny Hallam's Burton, hyphenated, is accused of 2 counts of battery family violence and 1 count of criminal trespass causing damage to property from October 3rd of last year. Mr. Hallam's Burton, you've been advised of your right, and your attorney is going to be Ms. McLeod. Any priors?
There are 37 cycles. The last arrest was July the 27th, 2023, out of Fayetteville, Georgia, for a failure to appear. Does appear to have an open case pending in Fulton County for simple battery and disorderly conduct and driving while license suspended or revoked. That case number is 24 SC 000996. And there appears to be misdemeanor convictions, 1 in 2023 out of Fayette County for theft by shoplifting, 1 in 2022 out of Douglas County for theft by shoplifting. It's recommended for UJR level 3. Nothing in addition.
All right, Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. This happened October 3rd, as you're aware. On January 5th, the reason he's picked up now is because he has a criminal damage to property in the second, 3 counts, and 4 counts of cruelty to children in the third, and a battery family violence in addition to this. We're asking for a $6,000 surety. That's $2,500 per battery family violence and a $500 on the criminal damage to property. The FVIP program, no further contact with the victim, Donald Coleman or Asiana Belvin. Sorry if I said that wrong. Stay away from the incident location at 3802 Upper Park Drive. We were able to speak to both Mr. Coleman and his mother. The felony case where she is the victim is 26 PI 000145. She did confirm that the defendant assaulted her son and damaged what was technically her car, but was giving it to Mr. Coleman. They recently had a baby together on December 14th. Just a side note, some of his cycles include kidnapping, intimidating a witness, violating a TPO, simple battery, family violence, multiple times, and multiple FTAs. He's also got simple battery on a law enforcement officer. So based on the pending charges that occurred after this charge, as well as the 38 cycles, 20 out of Massachusetts, 18 out of Georgia, we feel the 6,000 surety is more than generous. No drugs or alcohol or weapons while on bond. Nothing further. Thank you.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I listened to pretrial, Your Honor, and I believe the recommendation is recommended for a signature bond at level 3. And I'm asking the court to consider that for him because he's not in a position to pay for that $6,000 bond. This alleged incident happened some time ago, I believe in October of last year was what I heard, Your Honor, and the parties do not live together. So any conditions such as stay away and so on, we are fine with those as well, Your Honor, but a signature bond, or if the court is not inclined to give him a signature bond, a very low surety bond.
Okay, thank you. On
Thank
the
you.
battery family violence, count 1 is going to be a 2,000 surety. Count 2 is going to be a $1,500 surety, and count 3 is going to be a $1,000 surety. This is a $4,500 surety bond. No further contact with Mr. Coleman and Miss Belvin, Ajiana Belvin. Stay away from the incident location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Thank you. Next court date is January 20th.
13, Mr. Isaac.
Michael Clay Isaac is accused of willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer. Case incident date is July 15th of last year. Case 26 CR 111A. Mr. Isaac, you may advise of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Renford. Any priors?
There are 10 cycles. The last arrest was November 3rd, 2025, out of Clayton County for obstructing an officer, reckless conduct, and aggravated assault, and harassing phone calls. That case appeared to be still pending. In addition to that, there appears to be an outstanding hold out of Noonan, Georgia, for a failure to appear. The date on that warrant was December the 15th, 2025. And there are prior felony convictions, one in 2014 out of DeKalb County for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute, one in 2002 for theft by receiving stolen property. And he was recommended for a UJR level 3. Nothing in addition.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. The only other thing that I show is Fulton also had a warrant for obstruction in addition to the one out of Noonan. But other than that, my criminal history matches hers. We're asking for a 1,000 surety per charge. Your Honor read the warrant, is aware that they were looking for the owner of the vehicle for an ag assault out of Clayton County, and then he fled at foot, so they weren't able to apprehend him at the time. This did happen last July, so we'll stick with the 1,000 surety. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Bond is going to be set at $2,000 on each count. It's going to be a $4,000 signature bond through the jail. And he's going to be released to his pending hold in Coweta County. Mr. Isaac, even though I'm issuing a signature bond through the jail, please note that this is an open pending case with similar charges as the other ones in Coweta County. So once you resolve that issue, make sure you respond to the court of summons in this jurisdiction. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. If you get arrested again, this signature bond could be converted to a cash bond, a surety bond, or a no bond. Thank you.
They've got 17, Mr. Jones. Take it real quick, sir.
Hayden Jones is case 26 CR 114C, accused of reckless conduct. Mr. Jones, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Renford. Any priors?
There's one prior cycle. The last arrest was September 3rd, 2025, out of Cobb County for battery, family violence, and disorderly conduct, and cruelty to children in the third degree. There were 2 counts. That case appeared to be still pending. He was recommended for a UJR level 2. Nothing in addition.
That was Cobb County?
Yes, Your Honor,
Yes.
Cobb County.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Again, Your Honor's read the warrant, is aware of what's going on. We have talked to the DA about this being an ag assault upgrade charge. We have spoken to the victim who confirmed everything in the warrant. He said that while the defendant has threatened him in the past with weapons, he's not actually shot until this time. As Your Honor's aware, they found 11 casings and 1 live round at defendant's yard. Victim said that he is in fear for his safety. Confirmed defendant was shooting at his dogs, and then when the victim came out, began shooting at him. Victim also mentioned defendant is on pretrial and should not have weapons. Based on the totality of this warrant, And the additional violent charges still pending. We are asking for a $5,000 surety. No further contact with the neighbor Caleb Pouge, and I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Pouge. Forfeit all firearms. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons, especially guns, while on bond. If we could sound for Mr. Caleb Pouge, although we've already spoken with him to see if he wanted to add anything to this. Thank you.
All right, if Mr. Caleb Pouche is on Zoom and wants to contribute, this is the time to unmute and start your video. I don't see anyone by that name here. All right, Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jones is 22 years old. He's been in Georgia for about 2 years. He's originally from Los Angeles, California, where he was born and raised. He's denying the allegations, Your Honor. He did mention to me that he is currently at Morehouse College, and he is working part-time with pest control and extermination. He has 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, that live in LA with their mom. They live with you? Apologies, they live with him, Your Honor. And so he supports them, and I'd be asking for a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined, and if not, for the lowest possible amount, due to the fact that he is in school currently and he wouldn't be able to afford anything significant.
I'm sorry, so his significant other is not in town? She lives out of state?
Yes.
Okay. Bond is set at 5,000. This is a surety bond. He's to have no further contact with Caleb Pouche and to stay away from 2203 Tiger Flowers Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. He may return to the property if Caleb Pouche vacates the premises and moves more than 200 yards away. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and definitely no firearms. He is to surrender any and all firearms to the authorities within 10 days of being released, and that surrender must be for destruction. Thank you.
Your Honor, the alleged victim in the case is his neighbor, so he lives next door.
That's why I said he cannot return to the property until his neighbor vacates the premises.
Okay, he mentioned that his lease ends at the end of this month, so can he return for a one-time visit to get his things?
He's allowed to return one time only with a police officer to retrieve his belongings. That visit cannot exceed 1 hour. Next court date is January 20th. Thank you.
And there's got 28, Mr. Shaw.
I'm sorry, what was that position number again?
28.
28th, okay. Salim Shah is accused of criminal trespass from January 5th of this year, case 26 CR 121Y. Mr. Shah, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms.
Kim.
Kim? Okay, thank you. All right, any priors, Ms. Jackson?
Okay, this is one that I haven't gotten to, but the last arrest was June the 24th, 2024, out of Fulton County for a probation violation.
Okay.
He does appear to be on probation in Fulton County. That case number is 21 SC 177911 for terroristic threats and acts in obstructing an officer. That disposition date was June the 28th, 2021. 1 year of confinement and 4 years of probation. There appears to be an open case pending. That case number is 25 SC 001352 for criminal damage to property and obstructing an officer. And let me see if I can.
I could ask Mr. Scirocco if he has
Okay,
the cycles.
thank you.
Do you have it, Mr. Scirocco?
Yes, Judge, I believe it's 52 cycles, including this arrest here. I will add there's a lot of a lot of criminal trespass in his history, convictions from 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2015, Nolo in 2009. You heard as well the open case, and there are prior cases for criminal trespass as well, in addition to the ones I've already mentioned from 2020, 2019, 2018, and there's others that date back further.
And your bond recommendation is?
Is going to be $1,000 surety, Your Honor. We're recommending a social worker visit for BHET and housing. Stay away from all MARTA premises and property, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
I think he's got a 1-year suspension presently, effective November 19th of last year. Okay, Ms. Kim?
We have no objection, Your Honor, for a social worker visit. He needs housing and BHET, but he has no income to pay for any bond. So we would like to request for a signature on bond through jail if possible. Thank you.
Bond is set at $50, is the cash bond, to stay away from all MARTA property. He presently has an active suspension that went into effect on November 19th, 2025, and is valid for 1 year. So he should stay away from all MARTA property in accordance with any active suspension. Next court date is January 20th. You have a social worker visit for BH issues as well as for housing issues. Thank you.
How was that again? I'm sorry.
A $50 cash bond,
Okay.
50.
All right, next we got 34, Mr. Stevens.
Thank you. Najee Stevens is accused of simple battery family violence from January 5th of this year, case 26CR120C. Mr. Stevens, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Any priors?
There are no priors, Your Honor. He does appear to meet the criteria for UJR through the jail. Nothing in addition.
All right. And is there a recommendation between the state and defense?
Your Honor, I do have this is Najee Stevens, correct?
Correct. Najee with
Sorry, I
two-
apologize, Your Honor. I have Mary Stevens, and I
Oh, no.
apologize to the
That's okay. Yeah, we've already addressed Miss Mary Stevens. Do you have any priors on Najee Stevens?
Right. This is another one that I haven't gotten to, but the last arrest was November 16th, 2020 in Henry County for kidnapping and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. And he does appear to be, there was no disposition for that arrest. He appears to be on probation in Henry County for criminal attempt to commit a felony. That disposition date was July the 26th, 2022, and the term is for 10 years. And I can pull that case up and see if how many cycles, so I can give that to you. There are 7 cycles. Just checking to see if there are any convictions for you.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Could we actually return back to this case? There is a subsequent filing that we've tried to file like roughly 3 times now. It's for a battery family violence charge because there was visible injury here. The battery family violence will be count 2. I would need for us to address this before that comes through. I thought this was down. ASG Spear as well thought this was in the system, but still, so we're going to try again. If we could return to this.
Miss Young, have you received any additional accusations for Mr. Najee
Let me check the queue.
Stevens?
Let me check the queue for them. Let's see. Okay, I'll have them file it down up front. Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yes, we have it. They just have to add it. I'll call them up front and tell them to add it.
All right, and what are the additional charges?
Hold on.
It's a battery family violence, Judge, count two.
So a battery family violence in
violence, yes.
addition?
Yes, battery family violence first.
Okay. Ms. Kim, do you want to address that now, or should I wait until you read the accusation?
Can I read the accusation, Your Honor?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Deputy, we have to address Mr. Najee Stevens pending in addition to additional charge to his case.
So yeah. Okay. All right, 39, Mr. White.
And is this Gregory or Devin White, just for clarity?
39, that would be Gregory T. White,
Thank you.
accused of criminal trespass from January 5th of this year, case 26 CR 118J. Mr. White, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Any priors on this one, Ms. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor. The last arrest was December the 9th, 2025, out of Fulton County for possession and use of drug-related objects, and appears to be on probation. That case number is 19 SC 164505 for 2 counts of theft by receiving stolen property. That disposition date was July the 3rd, 2019, for 7 years of probation. Trying to pull that one up now so I can let you know how many cycles there are.
I have 89.
89 cycles.
Thank you. Mr. Scaraco, what's the recommendation?
Yes, Judge. The state's recommendation is based on his lengthy criminal history as well as the number of criminal trespass convictions since 2016, at least 4. We're recommending $1,000 surety, social worker visit for housing and BHET, stay away from the Bedford Pines apartment complex there, and that is located at 509 Boulevard, Northeast in Atlanta. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Mr. White is 60 years old and he has been struggling with homelessness for the last 1.5 years, especially ever since he was discharged from the incarceration. He graduated from high school in 1983, and we would like to request for signature on bond through jail if possible. And he does need a social worker visit for his housing resources. Thank you.
Bond is set at $5 is the cash bond. Stay away from Bedford Pines, the entire location at 509 Boulevard. He's not to enter the property and to stay at least 2 football field distances from that location. Next court date is January 20th. And a social worker visit before he's released to address housing issues. Thank you. I'm sorry, courtroom 2, who do we have next?
Number 2, Mr. Austin.
Frank Austin is accused of battery family violence from December 31st of 2025, case 26 CR 107Y. Mr. Austin, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Renford. Any priors?
Here's one prior cycle. The last arrest was October the 6th, 2008, out of Florida for cruelty toward children, a child. He was convicted of that as a felony in 2009 out of Florida, and he was recommended for a UJR level 1, nothing in addition.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a $2,500 surety. As this is an intimate partner violence and he kicked her out, we're not asking for a VIP or the stay away. We have spoken with the victim, his daughter, Sariyah, Sariyah, Austin, and she does say that she no longer lives there. She does say that this is not the first time this has happened, but we have provided her with some information to get back on her own feet. So we'll just ask for the no further contact, the surety, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
A bond's going to be set at 2,500. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 2. No further contact with Sariyah Austin. And he's to complete 4 anger awareness classes with pretrial. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Next item number 4, Mr. Boyd.
This is State versus Jamaricus Boyd, accused of 4 misdemeanor offenses under case 26 CR 131G. The charges are simple assault, family violence, 2 counts of criminal trespass causing damage to property, and 1 count of terroristic threats and acts. Mr. Boyd, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. McLeod. Any priors?
There are 33 cycles. The last arrest was June the 23rd, 2023, with the city of Atlanta for fleeing or attempting to elude an officer and obstructing an officer. There was no disposition for that arrest. Does appear to be on probation in Fulton County. That case number is 24 SC 004559 for possession of marijuana, less than an ounce. That disposition date was September 8th, 2025, and the term is for 12 months. There are prior felony convictions, 1 in 2018 for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute, 1 in 2014 for possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute, 1 in 2007 for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute, and possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. There was one additional one in 2007 for theft by receiving stolen property. There are misdemeanor convictions and sentences. There's one in 2018 for driving while license suspended or revoked. There was a nolo contendory sentence in 2017 for driving without a valid license. There was a conviction in 2015 out of Douglas County for 2 counts of theft by receiving stolen property. There was a nolo contendory sentence in 2010 for possession of marijuana less than an ounce and obstructing an officer.
Okay, now I understand the 12-month probation for the marijuana charge. Okay, Ms. Spear?
Yes, we're asking for a $5,000 total surety. That's $1,000 per charge. No further contact with the victim, Tierra Whitley, or the 2 minor children who witnessed this act. We'll start the letter A and the other one starts with the letter J, and to stay away from 509 Boulevard. That is the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. McLeod?
The alleged victim is on.
Oh, is that Ms. Whitley? Okay. Ms.
Yes.
Whitley, please remove your hood. You're in court. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right. What would you like to tell us?
I would like to tell you guys that it was a misunderstanding, and I would like to have contact with Jamarcus. It will hurt me and our kids poorly hard if we are not allowed to have contact with Jamarcus.
How would it hurt you?
How would it hurt
Hi,
me?
Judge. This is my case, and she contacted me also.
So I'm sorry. So hang on. I've got appointed conflict counsel, and you just got hired to represent Mr. Boyd?
Yes, Judge, and I apologize.
That's okay.
I was trying to get back in the back on the Zoom, but she did contact me and let me know that she's not afraid of him, that wants to have contact with him. They share a child, and she did not even know that contacting the police was gonna result in him getting arrested. I tried to explain that to her, that they were not her charges to drop. But I do appreciate that this is a sensitive situation. I would ask that he does get granted bond, but that the court allows contact between them because of childcare, et cetera, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Anything else, Ms. Spear? Since now we know Ms. Rockwell represents it, not Ms. McLeod.
I haven't seen Miss Rockwell in a number of years. How you doing, Miss
Rockwell.
Rockwell?
Hi there. Good to see you. And I can tell you a little bit about him if you want to know.
No,
Well, I
wait,
just
wait a
want to ask
minute.
one thing. Did we cover the warrant for APD for simple assault that he still has outstanding?
I have a charge of simple assault, family violence from January 2nd. Do you have a different case number?
I don't have a different case number. I just know that when I went through his history, he had 34 cycles, and I showed an outstanding warrant by APD for simple assault, but I don't.
That's what he's in court for now.
I'm not.
Does that have an incident date, Madam Prosecutor? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
There she goes. Damn.
No, it was just a note that I made to myself when I was going through his history.
Well, Judge, I guess if he gets a bond and that's reasonable and he makes it, they'll turn him right back around if that's the case.
All right then, thank you. On the simple assault family violence, that's going to be a $2,000 surety bond. The remaining charges are going to be $2,500 each, and that's going to be a $7,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He's to have no further violent contact with Tiara. Miss Chanel Young, you can, yeah, thank you.
I have a question.
No, later. As I was saying, this is going to be on the 3 remaining charges, that's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 3. He will report to pretrial services once a week. He is to have no further violent contact with Tiara Whitley, no violent contact with the minor children involved. He may continue to cohabitate with her if that's the arrangement. While he is out on a signature bond, he will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program within 30 days of being released. This is a series of 24 weeks of classes that he will attend and complete without missing or skipping any of the classes. His pretrial monitoring will be for a duration of 12 months. So Miss, I think who is Miss Bridgewater, please make a note that pretrial monitoring is for up to 12 months. And if he gets arrested again, if he fails to report to court, if he violates any of the other conditions, his bond will be surrendered. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and no firearms. He will be subject to random screens. So this would be a total of a $9,500 split bond. Any questions, Ms. Rockwell?
No, Judge, I do have the CR number, so I'll be filing my entry today. I just wanted to know, could we come back and revisit this after he finishes? I've already identified the Family Violence Intervention Program. After he finishes his 24 weeks, could we come and address the reporting to pretrial services?
I think he needs to be on report for 12 months, given his criminal history record and given the open cases. Yeah, 34 cycles, that's quite significant. We need to make sure he doesn't get arrested again. No.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you can definitely revisit that with the division judge who has the case.
Yes, Judge, thank you, and may I be excused. I'm
Yes,
sorry
thank you.
I couldn't jump in fast enough. Thank you, Judge.
That's perfectly fine. Thank you, Ms. Rockwell. All right, Ms. Boyd, if you have any questions, please reach out to Ms. Renee Rockwell. Thank you. Next case.
Your Honor, I have, courtroom 2, hold on for 1 second. Your Honor, Mr. Stevens, I have another case number because it wasn't filed down as a subsequent filing. So his second case number for the battery family violence is 26 CR 000-153C.
Is that on Odyssey already?
Yes, I added it on. It's on. But since it
Okay.
wasn't filed down as a subsequent filing, they added the second case up front.
For Mr. Stevens. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Quorum 2, who do we have, please?
Number 5, Mr. Carson.
Oh, thank you. Orlando Carson's accused of battery family violence from January 6th of 2026 under case number 26CR 132B. Mr. Carson, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Ranford. Any prize?
There are 10 cycles. The last arrest was February the 24th, 2009, out of Clayton County for armed robbery. He does have prior felony convictions, one in 2009 out of Clayton County for armed robbery, one in 2006 for armed robbery, and possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, one misdemeanor in 1998 for fleeing or attempting to elude an officer. Was recommended for UJR level 3. Nothing in addition.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a $2,500 surety. No further contact with the victim, Diana Robertson. Stay away from the incident location at 4355 Cascade Road, the Family Violence Intervention Program. We have not spoken to Diana Robertson, so if we could sound for her, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Miss Diane Robinson. No, I see a Diana, but I don't know if that's Miss Diana Robertson. If you want to say something, this is the time to unmute and start your video. All right. Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Carson is 50 years old. He has been a lifelong resident of Georgia. He currently does different temp services, catering, warehouse work, etc. He went through the 11th grade. He has no problem with the stay away and no further contact. So I would be asking for a signature bond if Your Honor is inclined, if not for the lowest possible amount, given the fact that all those convictions were 16 plus years ago, Your Honor. So if we could have the lowest possible amount, if a signature bond is not applicable here, Your Honor.
The bond is going to be set at $3,500. It is a signature bond through pretrial services level 2. No further contact with Diana Robertson. Stay away from 4355 Cascade Road in Atlanta, Georgia. If he has belongings at the property, he can return one time only with a police officer to retrieve his belongings. That visit cannot exceed 1 hour. Within 30 days, he will update the court with his new mailing address. While he's out on a signature bond, he will complete 6 anger awareness classes. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and firearms. Thank you.
You gonna add on one, Mr. Benton?
DeAndre Benton is accused of failure to obey signs of control devices and failure to have license on person. Mr. Benton, your case number is 26CR149G. You've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Ms. McLeod. Any priors?
Yes, there are 27 cycles. The last arrest was November the 11th, 2024 out of Clayton County for simple battery. There appear to be some outstanding holds. One out of Sandy Springs, Georgia for a probation violation, a date on that warrant, February the 21st, 2025. One out of Jonesboro, Georgia for a probation violation. The date on that warrant was June the 24th, 2025. And there are 2 misdemeanor convictions. One in 2024 out of Clayton County for simple battery, family violence, and an additional one in 2024 out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing. He was recommended for a UJR level 2. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, these 2 charges are part of the larger case involving some other charges. There was a $4,000 surety set on each charge in the totality of the case. When this was before Judge Morrow on Monday, he reduced them to $500 apiece. So we'll just defer to your court's decision as to how to proceed.
Why am I addressing it again if you already received a bond?
He didn't, that's what he got on the other charges associated with this case. Originally, when all the charges were together, they were 4,000 on each charge, but somehow only 2 of the 4 charges got put on Monday, and now we have the other 2.
On the failure to obey signs is going to be a 500 signature bond through the jail. Failure to have license on person is a $500 signature bond through the jail. No driving unless he has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. Do we have a reset date for Monday? Oh. Ms. Young, does he already have a?
I'll look at it, Your Honor. I'm pretty sure he does.
Okay. If he has an earlier SAP date, great, we'll put him on that. Otherwise, it will be January 20th.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, he's got 2 holds at the present time. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Add on to Mr. Casey.
All right. Jerry Norman Casey is accused of 1 count of battery, family violence, and 1 count of battery against a female who was pregnant at the time. Mr. Casey, you've been advised of your rights, and your case number is 26CR 150A. Incident date appears to be January 4th, 2026. Any priors?
There are 6 cycles. The last arrest was April the 10th, 2014, out of Clayton County for a probation violation. There is a prior felony conviction that was in 2014 out of Clayton County for armed robbery. And there is a misdemeanor conviction. It's in 2014 out of Clayton County for reckless conduct. It is recommended for a UJR level 2. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, we'd also like to mention that in 2013, he had an ag assault that was amended to reckless conduct. And in 2014, he had 2 counts of ag assault that were null pros. In 2014, he had an affray that was amended to simple battery and subsequently null pros. So we do have some concerns about the violent history in this. We're asking for 2,500 surety per charge for a total of 5,000. No further contact with the victim, Jamila Morris. I believe she said she's still currently pregnant, but they don't share children, just the one unborn, I guess. Stay away from 506 Waterford Road. As your honors are aware, this was an Airbnb where people were renting different rooms, so he should have no reason to go back. And the Family Violence Intervention Program, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe Miss Morris is on. I spoke to her earlier and she tells me that she would be on, Your Honor.
Okay, you can call for her. Jamelia Morris, if you want to contribute, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Do you see her name there, Miss McLeod?
I do not, Your Honor, but I actually spoke to her on the telephone.
Oh, okay. No, nobody's responding so far. And what's your recommendation?
I am asking for signature bond for my client, Your Honor. He has no recent history of anything violent, and based on what I heard the state say anything violent he had in the past was dismissed, null prosecuted. And also, what I understand from speaking with Miss Morris and also from speaking with my client, this was not a situation where she called for the police. They were staying at the Airbnb, and apparently people were loud just generally around the place, and the police came, and the police chose to make an arrest. She told me she kept telling them, that there was nothing going on between them and that she did not want my client arrested. She is currently pregnant with this child, and she is quite upset about the whole situation because she did not want him arrested. So based on that, Your Honor, I'm asking for a signature bond for him and that he can continue to have contact with Miss Morris because she would like to have him around, given that she's carrying his child and she has absolutely no problem with him at all.
Your Honor, the state would just remind you that in the warrant that they're caught on camera fighting, And that is the essence of the fight being recorded is the basis for the warrant and the arrest. And the violence was the reason that the other roommates felt compelled to call 911.
Understand. I don't recall the part about the camera. I remember there was a neighbor who said he heard sounds, but couldn't.
I was violence too, yeah.
Yeah,
And
there
I
were
believe
two.
she's on now.
There were two roommates, and one of them took out the camera in the middle of the brawl, if you will.
Okay, thank you.
I believe she's on, Your Honor.
Oh,
I
she
think
is?
She's not connected to audio, Your Honor, so we're not gonna be able to hear her. But if she can hear me, she needs to connect to the audio, so I'll remove her and,
All right. Well, we'll be glad to listen to her. On the battery family violence, count 1, that's going to be 2,500. Count 2 is going to be 3,500. This is a 6,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 3. He's to have no further violent contact, no further contact with Jamelia Morris until I hear from her. He's to stay away from 506 Waterford Road in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm in the Zoom.
And how am I supposed to know that? You need to
I'm
start your
sorry, ma'am.
video.
I didn't hear until
Start your
now.
video.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to now.
All right.
I'm here.
Put your video back so we can see you properly. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What would you like to tell us?
I have no issue with my baby father. This is all really just a misunderstanding. Like, I would rather him get a signature bond. We have a child on the way, and we don't have these type of issues or anything going on in our household.
Blood coming from her nose, swelling and scratches on her face. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, it's a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial services. He will report to pretrial once a week. He may have no further violent contact with Jamelia Morris. And within 30 days of being released on the signature bond, he will update the court with his new mailing. Where are you off to? Mr. Casey, where are you off to? Are you paying attention? As I was saying, within 30 days of being released, he will update the court with his new mailing address because he cannot return to that Airbnb. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And he'll also enroll in a 24-week domestic violence intervention program. He's to attend and complete all 24 weeks of classes at his expense, and he's not to miss or skip any of the classes. His pretrial monitoring will be 12 months. And Mr. Casey, if you get arrested again, if you violate any of these conditions, or if you fail to appear in court, then your bond will be surrendered. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, next case.
Next we have 14, Mr. Ison.
Oh dear, okay. You see position 12. Who's got position 12?
Say again.
Which PD has position 12?
I have position 12, but that's gonna be a reset to the competency calendar.
All right. Position 12 is going to be a total of $1,000 surety. 500 on each count. Further notice to, can we get him this Thursday? Well, not this Thursday, next Thursday, the 15th.
If you would like, I will put it on there, Your Honor.
Okay, January 15th, 26 at 11 a.m. Okay, I'm sorry, that was position 14. Marikas Ison is accused of 2 counts of battery family violence, 26 CR 112H. Mr. Ison, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Renford. Any priors?
There are no priors, Your Honor. He was recommended for a UJ or level 1, but it appeared to be an aggravated assault may be pending in felony.
That's what I thought. I may be wrong, but okay, Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a $2,500 surety. No further contact with the victim, Shaylin, Shaylan Freeman, and to stay away from 3200 Lakeview Place. That's in East Point where her apartment is. We were able to speak with her. I don't know if she's on Zoom with us, but she said that defendant also broke her window in September of 2025. That is a police report out of East Point. We also have some threatening text messages, and apparently his new girlfriend is also threatening her. But for purposes of this hearing and this charge, 2,500, per her wishes, no further contact, stay away. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
I'm a little confused. Mr. Moricus, was there a $4,000 signature bond through the jail already decided in this case?
I did not see that. I can take a look.
I mean, that's no order, but that's a notation, so I'm not sure what's that about. All right, Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 19 years old. He currently lives with his mother. So he has a good mailing address. He was born and raised here in Georgia. He was supposed to start a job on the 5th, but he, is in custody. So he was not able to start the job. So he's hoping that he will still have that job once he is released. He graduated from Banneker High School in 2024. He's okay with the stay away order and the no further contact. He mentioned to me that he's denying the allegations and that he did turn himself in for this, Your Honor. So I'd be asking for a signature bond for him.
Is there a Shayla Freeman on Zoom that wants to add anything? Okay. On count 1, that's going to be a $2,000 surety bond. On count 2, that's going to be a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. This is going to be a $6,000 split bond. No further contact with Shayla Freeman to stay away from 3200 Lakeview Place in East Point. And no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Next court date is going to be January 20th.
Your Honor, what was the second count? I was only seeing one count.
This is Mauritius Izon, right?
Yes.
2 counts of battery family violence.
Understood. Thank you.
Mr. Ivy.
Zion Gregory Ivy is accused of criminal trespass from January 4th of this year. His case number is 26CR113Y. Mr. Ivy, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Renford. Any priors?
His hand.
This is position 15, Zion Ivy.
Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay.
There are 3 cycles. The last arrest was October the 27th, 2025, out of East Point, Georgia, for theft by shoplifting. He appears to be on probation in Fulton County. The case number is 25CR00462 and the letter G for theft by shoplifting and criminal trespassing. That disposition date was August the 28th, 2025, and the term is for 12 months. There's an additional open probation case. That case number is 25CR0067669 and the letter G. And the disposition date is November the 20th, 2025. And the term is for 12 months. I'm sorry, it's for theft by shoplifting. And he does have an additional prior misdemeanor conviction in 2025 out of the city of Atlanta for theft by shoplifting. And he was recommended for a UJR level 1. Nothing in addition.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
I have a 2022 theft by shoplifting and obstruction. And then last year I have May, June, July, and October all with theft by shoplifting. We're asking for a $5,000 surety. No further contact with the loss prevention person, Alex Gutierrez. Stay away from 3660 Marketplace Boulevard. That's the location of the target in East Point. And we are asking for a social worker visit. He's gotten several verbal trespass warnings from the same officer. So we think the likelihood of reoffense is high and we're not sure what's going on. So 5,000 surety, no further contact, stay away, social worker visit, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 26 years old. He is currently unemployed. He grew up in Florida, Your Honor. He graduated from high school in Tampa. I'd be asking for a lower amount on the bond, Your Honor, because he's not going to be able to afford anything due to the fact that he's unemployed. And I do agree with the social worker, housing, and possible MHET evaluation, Your Honor. But if the bond could be lowered from the 5,000, that would be greatly appreciated.
All right. 35, 40, 75, 78 days in 2025. Okay. For this particular bond, it's going to be a $2,000 surety bond to stay away from all the Target stores in the state of Georgia. And next court date is January 20th. And we'll see what happens then. Thank you.
Number 20, Mr. Manager.
Tuor Jean Manigan is accused of criminal trespass from January 5th of this year, case number 26 CR 116J. Mr. Manigan, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Renford. Any priors?
There are no priors, Your Honor. He appears to meet the criteria for UJ or through the jail, nothing in addition.
Ms. Spear, any objection to a signature bond?
Yes, Your Honor, only because he has been previously verbally trespassed from this location. He was issued a criminal trespass on the 3rd and came back again and not only harassed people, but had sort of messed up the business, harassing the customers, which is the exact same thing he had just done a couple days ago. So we do think this needs to be at a minimum a cooling off period for a little bit. So we would ask the $1,300 surety already set remain in place and to stay away from 296 North Side Drive, actually be enforced. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons. Thank you.
Ms. Renford, any problems with the stay away?
The only problem with the stay away is that he mentioned to me, he has a good mailing address. It's his mother's address, but he does not live with his mom. He mentioned to me that he has a tent that is set up near to the location, and I think that's the issue. So I'm gonna be.
I'm sorry. He has a what?
He's currently homeless, and he has a tent set up near the location. I think that was the issue, and so I'm gonna be asking for a social worker visit for housing, for him, so he can hopefully get a program or something going with that, Your Honor. But he didn't also understand the trespass, and I explained that to him earlier today, Your Honor. So I'd be still asking for a signature bond. Again, he has a good mailing address. It's his mother's address, and I mentioned to him that he would need to stay in contact with his mom to check to see when his next court date would be, because he's unemployed currently and he's actively looking for a job.
So he can reach his mother?
Yes, he can.
All right. Bond is set at $10 cash. And to stay away from 296 Northside Drive, Southwest Atlanta. Next court date is January 20th. If he returns to the location and gets arrested, his next bond will be $1,000. Thank you.
All right, next we got 22, Mr. Mitchell.
Juan Anthony Mitchell is accused of battery, family violence, theft by taking, and a simple battery, family violence. Okay, so 3 charges from May 28th of 2025, case number 26 CR 117A. Mr. Mitchell, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Renford. Any priors?
There are 12 cycles. The last arrest was May the 25th, 2013 out of Riverdale, Georgia for driving while licensed, suspended or revoked. He does have a prior felony conviction and a sentence. It's one in 2002 for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute and possession of controlled substance with the intent to distribute. He received first offender treatment in 1994 for the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Is recommended for UJ or a level 2. Nothing in addition.
Mr. Scaraco?
No.
Yes, Your Honor. There is also, from what I can see in our system here, an open case. It's a dormant bench warrant case, docketed to 18 CR 000-382J. It's for driving while license suspended or revoked. The state's recommendation for this case is a $2,000 total surety. We are recommending 1,000 on the battery, family violence, and 500 on the simple battery, family violence, and theft by taking, respectively. We're recommending FIB as well. No further contact with Ms. Benita Arnold. Stay away from 1978 Wells Drive, Southwest in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. We have not spoken with Ms. Arnold yet. We will continue those efforts at contact, but if we could sound for her.
Benita Arnold, if you're on Zoom and want to contribute, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Benita Arnold. No? Okay. Ms. Renford?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is denying the allegations. He is 63 years old. He was born and raised in Georgia. He works at Ultimate Care, where he helps with elderly patients. He helps to cook, clean, and clothe them. He's a high school graduate, and he also went to trade school for upholstery, furniture, and cars. I would be asking for no further violent contact. He's okay with the stay away from the address, because he mentioned to me that he was caring for her. She had allegedly some MH issues, and he was helping to take care of her. So I just asked for no further violent contact with that, Your Honor, and for a signature bond.
All right, I see someone with their hand raised, that on the iPhone. Whoever that is, you have to unmute and start your video. Unmute.
I'm sorry. Hey, how you doing, Your Honor?
Fine. And your name, please?
My name is Chanel Mitchell. I'm Warren Mitchell daughter. I was speaking
Okay. Raise
on
your
the
right
behalf.
hand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you live at Wells Drive?
No, I don't live at Wells Drive. I'm Warren Mitchell daughter. I'm not.
I heard you. I heard you.
Okay.
And do you live separately from Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am.
What would you like to tell us?
I was trying to tell y'all that Miss Bonina, she have a medical condition. She have dementia. My father was taking care of her and her husband. Her late husband has passed. Not sure of the situation, but I know he was taking care of her and she have dementia. So I'm not sure what is going on.
Are they related by blood, family?
No, ma'am. My father was currently living with her, taking care of her and her husband, but her husband ended up passing.
Okay.
And I know she's not well.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Please mute your screen and switch your video off. Okay. Ms. Renford, anything else to add?
No, Your Honor, just would be reiterating for a signature bond.
All right. On the battery family violence, that's going to be 2,000. The theft by taking is 500, and the simple battery is 1,000. This is a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further contact with Bonita Arnold. Ms. Arnold will simply have to find another caregiver. He's also to stay away from 1978 Wells Drive, And within 30 days of being released, he's to update the court with his new residential address since he cannot be at Wells Drive. He's allowed a one-time visit to the location with a police officer to retrieve his belongings. And while he reports to pretrial, he will complete 6 anger awareness classes. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, no weapons, and no firearms. Thank you.
Your Honor, would you like that, the judge changed to a J to go with the outstanding K?
Yes, please. Thank you. And we'll reset this. No, well, we're not does he have a bench warrant in the other case?
Yes, but it's still not showing hold on one second. It's not showing active in the 18 CR. It does say bench warrant, so yeah, he needs to go to court for it. Let me see.
All right, Ms. Renford, I'm not sure. You can check into this 18 CR 0038. What was the number?
382J, Your Honor.
000382J?
000382J.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking, Your Honor. I'm sorry, it's not holding him, so.
Okay. All right.
She said it's not a hold anymore?
It's not holding him, no.
Okay, thank you.
But it is an open case, so you'll need to address that as well.
Thank you.
Next case?
All right, 23 and 24, Mr. Moore.
This is Kayvon Lawrence Moore. Mr. Moore has 2 separate cases. The first one is position 23 from February 1st, 2025, case number 26CR124B, accused of 4 charges stemming from a traffic incident, a seat belt violation as an adult, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, driving while license suspended or revoked, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. His second case is 26CR127J, stemming from an incident of January 4th, 2026. 1 count of battery, family violence, and 5 counts of simple battery, family violence. Mr. Moore, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Kim. Ms. Jackson, any priors?
There are 3 cycles. The last arrest was May the 4th, 2025, out of Texas for evading an arrest. He was convicted on a misdemeanor in 2025 for evading an arrest out of Texas. And he was recommended for a UJ or a level 1. Nothing in addition.
Thank you. Mr. Scirocco?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I also saw FTAs, one from 2017, one from 2020, and another from 2022. That is from digging into the driving history here. And I believe one of those was not driving related, but in any case, the state's recommendation is in part based on risk of failure to appear. You heard that case from Texas. We are recommending for the first case, that is position 23, a $2,000 split bond. We're recommending a $1,000 surety on fleeing and eluding, and $500 surety for each of the driving while license suspended or revoked and willful obstruction charges, with a signature bond through pretrial services for the seatbelt violation. No driving and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And with respect to the second case, that being position 24, we are very concerned for the victim. All these charges involve the same victim, Miss Brittany Adkins. And it's just a slew of attacks against her that are very concerning. Punching her in the face, kicking her in the face, banging her head with against an object, as well as the smothering and potential choking here with the blanket and pillow. All this is very, very concerning. We did speak with her and conduct a strangulation assessment for this case. The pressure she rated was 5, somewhere middle of the road out of 10. It lasted roughly 3 to 4 seconds, and there were she was also concerned that something more serious would happen with the defendant kicking her, and she had bruising on her face. All this concerning, we're recommending an $8,000 total surety for that case, the position 24 case, with 3,000 surety on the battery family violence charge, 1,000 for each of the simple battery family violence charges. And let me make sure. One moment. Apologies, Judge. I just want to confirm something. She does not want the defendant to return home. She is asking for no further contact. This is not the first incident, she explains, and that there have been prior incidents, a history of domestic violent behavior and property damage perpetrated against her. And so the state's recommending as well, FFIB, no further contact with Miss Adkins, stay away from the 45 Boynton Avenue, Southeast Atlanta address, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Miss Adkins, if she is online and wishes to speak.
Brittany Atkins, if you want to address the court, please unmute and start your video. All right, no one's responding. Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Moore is 25 years old. And actually, I received a text from Miss Atkins. She says that she does not want anything to happen to Mr. Moore, and she wants to still make contact with him, and she wants me to let that statement be known, but she's not going to be able to join on the Zoom. So we do have a conflicted statements from her. She wants to have a contact. We would like to request for no further violent contact. However, if Your Honor is not inclined to give no further violent contact, my client has no objection. They don't have any child together. They live together, but he can move to another location where he can live with his mother and stepfather. He has 6 years old daughter, and he graduated from high school 2018. He went to Texas for 3 years of college. He played basketball while he was at college, and at this point, he's working as a fashion model. However, the income is not stable enough for him to pay for high bond. We would like to request for the lowest possible bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, pre-trial level 3, we ask for a $1,000 surety bond. He does not have any conviction at this point, and that's what we would like to request for. Thanks.
All right. So she doesn't want to come on Zoom?
No, she says she cannot make it.
Okay, thank you. For position 23 on the driving incident, the seatbelt violation is going to, count 1 is going to be a UJR. Count 2, that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. Count 3 is going to be a $500 surety bond. And count 4 is going to be a $1,000 surety bond. This is going to be a $2,500 split bond plus the UJR. No driving at all until further order of the court. This will means that if he wants to operate a vehicle, he or his attorney will need to file a motion with the court to have that bond condition modified upon showing that he has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. And this is a valid Georgia driver's license, not Texas. It has to be a Georgia driver's license. On position 24, count 1, that's going to be a $3,500 surety bond. The remaining 5 charges, that's going to be $2,000 each, and that's going to be a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He will report to pretrial services once a week. He's to have no further contact with Brittany Adkins and to stay away from the, I think it was 45 or 49 Boynton Place in Southeast Atlanta. He's allowed a one-time visit to the location with an officer to retrieve his belongings. That visit cannot exceed 1 hour. He's to update the court with his current mailing address within 30 days, and he's to enroll in a domestic violence intervention program within 30 days and complete all 24 classes at his expense. He will be subject to pretrial monitoring for a period of 12 months. Next court date for both cases is going to be January 12th.
Thank you.
Your Honor, will you go back over those bond amounts? Because
Sure.
our math isn't mathing.
Okay, so position 23,
No, for 24. The
24.
totals did not add up according to what you were telling me.
Okay, count 1 is 3,500 surety bond.
Mm-hmm.
Counts 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are 2,000 each. So that's a total of 13,500 split bond. Level 3,
13,500. Okay, thank you.
and it's level 3 reporting for 12 months. So pretrial monitoring for 12 months.
Okay,
Thank
gotcha.
you.
And then we got 25, Mr. Neesmith.
All right. Mr. Moore, you have, is that Mr. Smith, Michael Nesmith? Okay. Michael Leto Nesmith is accused of 1 count of simple battery family violence, 1 count of simple assault family violence from January 6th of this year. His accusation number is 26 CR 140A. Mr. Nesmith, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Any priors?
This is one that I haven't gotten to. I will.
That's fine. Ms. Spear, do you have his GCIC?
I just pulled it up. There are 8 cycles out of Georgia. Just okay. And I see an outstanding hold. I'm going to give that to you right quick.
All
It's
right.
out of Tennessee for a probation violation. The date on that warrant is May the 5th, 2025. And let me scroll down. See how many. There's just 1 cycle out of Tennessee.
Mhm.
And there's a history out of, what is this? Out of Pennsylvania. I'm just trying to look for the cycles there. There are a total of, there are a total of 5 cycles out of Pennsylvania. And there were 7 out of Georgia. That last arrest was April the 28th, 2022, out of Tennessee for possession of a firearm and possession of a handgun while under the influence. And he was recommended for UJR level 2, Your Honor. Nothing in addition.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for 2,500 total surety. No further contact with the victim, Cherry Faulkner, or the complainant, Samuel York. Stay away from 5474 Oakley Industrial Boulevard, and 12 anger awareness courses, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Mr. Nasmith, actually, complaining witness here was locked up. She was detained together, and so there's no way that they're going to be able to have any contact. And he does not have any objection to contact. no contact, and stay away. He is 39 years old, and he does have another place. The incident location is her residence, and he does not have to live there together. They don't have any children together. He graduated from high school 2004, and after graduating from high school, he completed 2 years of business administration at college. And right now, he's working as an industrial electrical worker at Tico Technic. He's not qualified for public defender services. And however, he does not have anybody who can pay for his bond outside of the jail. So we would like to request for a signature on bond through pretrial level 3. Thanks.
And he resides in Georgia now?
Yes, he has a job here in Georgia.
All right. On the simple battery family violence, that's a $1,000 surety bond. On the simple assault family violence, that's a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. His total bond is a $3,000 split bond. No further contact with Cherry Faulkner. No further contact with Samuel York. Stay away from 5474 Oakley Industrial Boulevard, in Fairburn, Georgia. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. He will complete 6 anger awareness classes while he's on pretrial monitoring. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and no firearms. Next court date will be sent to his new address, so they'll need to update the court with his new address. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then 26, Mr. Relaford.
Arnold Narble Relaford is accused of criminal trespass from December 14th of last year, case 26 CR 123G. Mr. Relaford, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Any priors? Ms.
The
Jackson?
last arrest was January the 22nd, 2017, out of Fulton County for battery. He was recommended for UJR level 2, and I just pulled up his GCIC. There are 6 cycles out of Georgia. Just scrolling down to see if there are any other cycles. Okay, just those 6. Just checking to see if there are any convictions. I see a misdemeanor conviction since 2016 for simple battery family violence. Okay. There's an additional misdemeanor conviction that was in 2016 for simple battery family violence. And I do see an additional misdemeanor conviction since 2015 for battery family violence. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Relaford, this is going to be a $1,000 signature bond through the jail, and you are to stay away from 2655 Carriage Lane in Atlanta, Georgia. And you have to have no contact with Ahmad Asher. If you return to that location and you're arrested again, please remember to bring $1,000 with you back to the jail. Next court date will be sent to whatever address he provides us upon his release. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. 27, Mr. Robinson.
Joel Timothy, yes, sir?
Yeah, let me, before we even judge, this was a 2022 case. We're outside the statute. The state sent a null pros on it. It was filed in error. It came up on 2 different lists of ours, so I wanted to make sure the court received that.
Mr. Robinson, the case is dismissed. You'll be released within 24 hours, unless you have any other holds. Thank you.
Number 30, Mr. Simpson.
30. Carlos Deshawn Simpson is accused of theft by taking from January 5th of 2026. Mr. Simpson, your accusation is 26 CR 144B. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Kim. Any priors?
The last arrest was July the 10th, 2024 out of Clayton County for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of Schedule 1 controlled substance. He does appear to be on probation in Clayton County for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. That disposition date was January the 13th, 2025, and the term is for 5 years. I just pulled that GCIC up, Your Honor. Just want to see how many cycles he has. There are 22 cycles out of Georgia. I'm just scrolling down to see if there are any other states. Do see 2 cycles out of Ohio. And I see a felony conviction. Wait a minute. He got a felony conviction back in 2014 for forgery.
Yeah, that's good. This is regarding a phone belonging to a Miss Watkins, Mr. Scrocco.
Yes.
I think. Oh, go ahead. I couldn't recall whether she got it back.
She should have. The defendant ultimately gave it to the officer. He admitted he took it, stating it was a swap for the other phone that he didn't want. But she should ultimately have it back. We have not been able to speak with Miss, excuse me, it is
Watkins?
Daisha Watkins. Yeah, the state's recommendation here is based on his history. He's got, as you heard, almost 24 cycles, and several of them do involve theft, and there is also a battery conviction from 2019. But the state's recommendation is a $1,000 surety. We're recommending no further contact with Miss Watkins. Stay away from the incident location, that being 140 Orchard Street in Fairburn, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Miss Kim, it's going to be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact with Daisha Watkins. Stay away from the 140 Orchard Street in Fairburn, Georgia. He's not allowed any visits to that location until further order of the court.
Okay.
Two, please.
Simpson, you have a right to remain silent. Please feel free to call me. You've got signature on bond, so you can be released.
All right. Do you understand that, Mr. Simpson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Next case.
All right, number 31, Mr. Span.
Traviana Valik Tavan Span is accused of 2 counts of simple battery family violence from 26 CR 145Y. Mr. Span, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Kim, and incident date appears to be November 15th, 2025. Yes, Ms. Jackson, do you have any priors on Mr. Span, that Span with 2 N's?
There are no priors, Your Honor. Nothing in addition. He was recommended for UJR level 1.
And Mr. Scrocco?
Thank you, Your Honor. We have spoken with the victim here, Ms. Jamise Render, and she stated to us she's worried about the defendant getting out of jail. She was granted a TPO in Clayton County following the incident here. There's also a separate warrant for, looks like, child abandonment here. She has stated to us that there has been previous domestic violence against her by the defendant, but it just hasn't been reported. She said the defendant's family has been reaching out with respect. Excuse me, just one moment. With respect to Seeing pictures of their child, she's concerned the defendant is using family to try and make contact with her, and she does not like or want that. She's asking for no further contact and to stay away. The state is asking for a $3,000 total surety here. That is $1,500 for each civil battery family violence count. There is, with respect to the factual basis, allegations regarding the beating of her, the throwing her to the ground, and this was while she was holding their daughter. While no injuries were observed, she did complain of an injury to her neck. So we're concerned for her safety as she is, and we're recommending FFIB as well as no further contact with Miss Render. And I'm not sure whether first name is Jamise or Nevea. It was written in both ways on the warrant. But Jamise Nevea Render or Nevea Jamise Render, no further contact. Stay away from 520 Fulton Street, Southwest Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Miss Render, if she's the Motorola there.
All right, Miss Nivea Render, if you are the alleged victim in this case and you want to say something, this is the time to unmute and start your video. All right, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Span is 22 years young and he was born in South Carolina. He moved to Georgia 7 years ago with his grandmother and mother. He's currently residing with his mother. They do not live together, the baby mother and my client do not live together. So he has no objection to stay away from wherever she resides. They have 4-month baby together. He wants to have a contact for 4 months baby, so we would like to request for a third-party transfer. He does not have to go back to the incident location. This happened on November 15, 2025. Ever since then, they had no contact whatsoever so far. We would like to request for signature on bond. He has 3 children total that he has to pay for financially. He's working at Amazon.com to pay for those minor children.
All right. Miss Render, if you want to say something, raise your right hand, your other right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
What would you like to tell us?
Currently I also work at Amazon and he is an Amazon driver. So he has more access to kind of where I work, where I stay, all that other stuff. Just him threatening to kill me and my child's life, her having trauma from the situation at hand. It's a very sensitive topic. I'm sorry.
Does he live at Fulton Street?
No, ma'am. He stays in Forest Park.
Okay. And how many children do you share with him?
Only one.
Okay. And has he legitimated the child?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you for your input. You may mute your screen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Kim, anything else to add?
Nope, nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Oh. On each count, that's going to be 3,000. This will be a total of a 6,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He will report to pretrial services once a week. He's to have no further contact with Jamise Nivea Rand. I think it's Jamise Nivea Render, to stay away from 520 Fulton Street in Atlanta, Georgia. That means he has to stay 200 yards away from Miss Render, no matter where she's located. So if she happens to be at the Amazon warehouse or offices or plant, then he needs to advise his supervisor that he cannot be within 200 yards of Miss Render, and he needs to relocate himself accordingly. He cannot return to the 520 Fulton Street location. If he is seen in that location, he will be arrested. No contact with Miss Jamise Nivea Render, no contact with the child or children that he shares with Miss Render. If he intends to have any kind of contact with the child or children, he must file a legitimation case in the appropriate superior court and obtain a court-ordered parenting plan. At the same time, Ms. Render can then counter for child support and maintenance. If there is, and I don't know, but if there is an active protective order issued by any county in the state of Georgia, Mr. Span must comply with that protective order at all times. Within 30 days of being released, Mr. Span will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program and complete all 24 weeks of classes at his expense. His pretrial monitoring will be for a period of 12 months. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and no firearms. Thank you.
Judge, how much was that bond?
6,000 through pretrial services level 3.
Were they 3,000 each?
Yeah, 3,000 on each count, correct, yes.
Thank you.
And if we have 34, going back to Stevens.
Okay, and Mr. Stevens has a case 34 on the main calendar, and I think he is position 5 on the add-on calendar.
And Your Honor, we managed to, I want to resolve this separate case issue. There's a subsequent filing that should be in there now that should be account 2, and I'm going to send a null pros for, I have it prepped for the case that was created in error ending in 153C, presumably the add-on there. It's all one case.
Okay. So let me be clear. The add-on case, 26 CR 153C, the state is going to file a null pros. Is that correct?
That is correct. It is a duplicate of count 2. It should now be in the system.
Okay. So, Ms. Bridgewater, please make a note that position 5 on the add-on calendar is null pros. That was.
Okay, I'm trying to find that calendar. Position 5.
Yeah, it's on Odyssey. It wasn't on the printed version, but it's on Odyssey as position 5. Okay.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. So there is one case against Mr. Najee Stevens on this calendars, and that is case number 26 CR 000120C. And this is from January 5th, 2026. Miss Young, how many charges do you see on that case?
It's just one.
Okay, so the second charge has not been filed down.
It has been, Judge. Could we reload the page on the
No, okay, hold on.
This is a bit
It
confusing.
may have been filed down, but that's what I was telling you. When they filed it down, they didn't file it down as an amendment, a subsequent amendment.
Right.
For them to, a subsequent charge. So that's why they added the 153C. But now you've done a subsequent. So
Yes,
they added to
it's
that
the
charge?
added accusation has been filed down as a subsequent, so we should be all clear once that comes through.
Hold on 1 second.
All right, while we are waiting on
Yes,
that.
Your Honor, it's filed down. I'll get them to file it. To add it to that case.
Okay. So
Thank you.
Najee Stevens is accused of simple battery family violence from January 5th, 2026. And now the state has added an additional charge of battery family violence. With regards to these two charges, Mr. Stevens, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Kim. And Ms. Jackson's already indicated that there are 7 cycles with regards to Mr. Stevens. He's got a matter I don't know I can't remember now. This is about 200 cases ago, but something was going on in Henry County back in 2020.
Yes, Your Honor. He appears to be on probation out of Henry County for criminal attempt to commit a felony. That disposition date was July the 26th, 2022. The term is for 10 years. He does have prior felony convictions, one in 2012 out of Henry County for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and an additional one in 2012 out of Henry County for burglary. It was a first offender, but it was revoked.
Okay, that's good. That gets into the older cases. All right, Mr. Scirocco, with regard to these two charges against Mr. Stevens, what's the state's recommendation?
The state's recommendation is based in large part on his history here. I want to make sure, because we've been back and forth. There is a 2021 battery family violence, simple battery family violence, and willful obstruction conviction that was ultimately amended from an ag assault, and that's out of Newton. And then I do see the charge, I believe it's the criminal attempt to commit a felony and cruelty to children in the third, 2021. But I have that being out of Flint, where the kidnapping charge was amended or null prost. But in any case, that I see that as a conviction. With his history here, the state's concerned for the victim's safety, we are recommending $6,000 total surety. We are at $4,000 on the battery family violence, $2,000 on the simple battery family violence. We are asking for no further contact with Miss Rebecca Gibson, as well as FFIB. Stay away from the 114 Fairhaven Trail address in Fairburn. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And I do see her on the line here. If we could sound for her, Your Honor.
Rebecca Gibson, if you want to contribute to this case, please unmute and start your video. All right, Ms. Kim, what's your take on this?
Yes, Mr. Stephen is 32 years old. He was born in New Jersey, but he moved to Georgia when he was almost baby. So he lived here almost all his life. He has two minor children, 9 years and 6 years old, and they don't live together. However, he is paying for their living expenses. He completed up to 12th grade, but he didn't get a high school diploma. And he has been working as FedEx delivery driver. Your Honor, he wants to have a no for the violent contact. However, if Your Honor is not inclined to give a no for the violent contact, he will not object to no for the contact. I believe Rebecca Gibson is a baby mother of those girls.
Yes, and we did speak with Miss Gibson. I want to make sure her voice is heard. I thought she was going to speak, but in any case, she confirmed the events in the warrant. They do share one child. She explained to us there is previous domestic violence history between them in Henry and Rockdale County. She states this is not the first time the defendant has showed up at her house, at her residence, but it's been a second since the defendant did. In any case, she is asking for no further contact and to stay away.
On count one, the simple battery family violence, that's going to be a $1,500 surety bond. On count two, the battery family violence, it's going to be a $6,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. So this is going to be a total of a $8,000 split bond. No further.
I'm sorry. May I say, I couldn't get it to start, but may I have an input?
Sure, you may start your video first.
Okay.
And while we're getting that rolling, Judge, just for the court's edification, it's count one is the simple battery family violence, and count two is the battery family violence.
So it's 1,500 on surety on the simple battery, 6,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2 on the battery family violence. Ms. Gibson, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
What would you like to tell us?
I just wanted to add that I'm not afraid of Najee. The unnecessary things that happen when he comes around, as long as that could be avoided, I have no problem with him seeing his child. I'm not trying to keep him away from his child or anything of that sort. And I would like for him to see her, because she asks for him and wants to see him, of course, as her father. I just wanted to input that I'm not afraid of him. We haven't had an issue in over, I'd say, going on 5 years, maybe. But if he just sticks to the co-parenting, non-violent, then I wouldn't have an issue with, yeah.
Who has established the parenting plan?
That would be up to me. Yeah,
Okay,
Ms. Gibson,
thank
you
you.
have full custody, correct?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I've read one. So if I may finish. So on the, as I was saying, on the signature bond through pretrial level 2, he will report to pretrial services twice a month for the next 6 months. While he's on pretrial, he will complete 6 anger awareness classes, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and no firearms. He is to have no further contact with Rebecca Gibson until further order of the court. He's to stay 200 yards away from Miss Gibson, from the child or children that he shares with her, and to stay away from 114 Fairhaven Trail in Fairburn, Georgia. If he wishes to have any kind of joint visitation or joint custody, he will file a legitimation case with the appropriate superior court and get a court order to establish a parenting plan, at which time then Miss Gibson has a right to counter for child support and so forth. His next court date will be January 20th. Please be sure to provide us with a good mailing address so we can send you your next court summons if you post bond. Thank you.
Yes, we have 35, Mr. Thompson.
Gregory Thompson is accused of 2 counts of simple battery family violence from December 23rd of 2025, case number 26CR133E. Mr. Gregory Thompson has been advised of his rights and his attorney is Ms. Kim. Any priors? Ms. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor. The last arrest was August the 9th, 2014 for aggravated assault and battery, and that was in DeKalb County. He was recommended for a UJR level 2. I just pulled up the GCIC so that I can give you the cycles. There are 7 cycles out of Georgia. I'm just scrolling down to see if there are any others. Don't see any other states. I'm just going to check and see if I see any convictions. I see a nullo contendory sentence in 2015 out of DeKalb County for simple battery. Still scrolling. It's an additional, it seemed like a misdemeanor conviction that was in 2011 out of Gwinnett County for driving without a valid license.
Was there anything in the last 10 years, since 2015 to the present time?
Not listed in the GCIC, Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Scarapo?
Thank you, Your Honor. We did speak with the victim, Miss Virginia Carter. I do see her on the line. She confirmed the events in the warrant. She's known the defendant for 3 years, and they dated on and off, and they were back together for about 4 months leading up to this incident. She was able to get her items from the home and speak to the defendant with his parents after this incident. There are MH concerns with respect to this that I won't voice in open court, but she's seen evidence of this and in their time together, and that needs to be addressed. Should be I believe there's an appointment for the defendant to be evaluated tomorrow. She's okay with no further violent contact, but she does not plan to be in a relationship with the defendant moving forward. The state's recommendation here is a signature bond through pretrial. We're recommending a social worker visit with respect to MHET, as well as FIB, and no further violent contact with Miss Virginia Carter. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound from Miss Carter, and if Your Honor would remind her with respect to what we can discuss in open court.
Your Honor, out of abundance of caution, can we stop the recording or, like YouTube, just in case, because we don't want to talk about MH issues too much?
Yep. No, I'm not going to stop anything. Just hold on. Virginia Carter, if you have, could you please unmute and start your video? Right. Ms. Carter, do you plan to live at 1035 Peyton Road?
No.
All right, that's all I need to know. Thank you. Anything
No.
else to add, Ms. Kim?
No, nothing further from defense. We have no objection.
All right. On count one is going to be 1,500. On count two is going to be 1,000. This is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. He's to have no further contact with Miss Virginia Carter, and he may return to the 1035 Peyton Road. He's also to complete 4 anger awareness classes and also enroll in an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit himself to any treatment. This evaluation must be done within 30 days of being released. He's not to consume any illegal drugs and no alcoholic beverages, and he'll be subject to random screens by pretrial. Next court date will be sent to the Peyton Road address. If he changes his address, please let us know. Thank you.
All right, let's got 38, Mr. White.
Devin Scott White, his case number is 26CR119C, accused of 2 counts of battery family violence. Mr. White has been advised of his rights. His attorney is Ms. Kim. Any prior?
Your Honor, I apologize.
Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. McLeod. All right. His attorney is Maureen McLeod. Any priors, Ms. Jackson?
The last arrest was November the 6th, 2024, out of Cobb County for theft by shoplifting and a fugitive from justice. He appears to have some outstanding holds, one out of Naples, Florida, and one out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He was recommended for UJR level 3. I just pulled up his GCIC. See what's going on so that I can give you the cycles, Your Honor. Seeing one cycle out of Georgia, but he has some other things going on.
Can you confirm the holds out of Naples and what was
Yes.
the other place?
I just pulled them up. Okay, the one out of Naples, Florida is for a probation violation. The date on that warrant was October the 30th, 2020. And there's one out of Indiana for resisting an officer. The date on that warrant was December the 27th, 2023. Okay.
And is that a probation violation or a bench warrant?
That one just says he was resisting an arrest,
Okay.
resisting an officer. And there's another one out of that one was out of Lebanon, Indiana. And this one is out of Indianapolis, Indiana, for stalking. The date on this one is September the 20th, 2023.
So Lebanon and Indianapolis.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Scirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. This was the dual arrest case. I'm not sure if Your Honor dealt with the prior case, but in any case, there's a prior battery family violence from Florida, 2006, and a prior battery family violence conviction from Florida, where there was originally battery DV and false imprisonment charges. I just want to make the court aware of that with that stalking out of Indiana, and with the recent fugitive from justice for fingerprintable charge. The state believes he does pose a flight risk here, and also there's a risk of intimidation of the witnesses in this case. The state's recommending a $3,000 total surety, $1,500 for each charge. No further contact with Jeanette Pullins. Stay away from 3215 Cushman Circle, Southwest in Atlanta. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
I honestly don't recall what had occurred to Ms. Pullins. Was that case addressed prior, or is it in a separate class of court?
Was addressed on Monday, Your Honor.
It was.
Okay, by Judge Morrow? Okay.
I see reset, the result being a reset until further notice. I'm not sure if that was.
She got a bond. She
You
received
got
a
a
bond.
bond?
Yes, I don't recall what the bond conditions were, Your Honor, but this was a dual arrest.
Okay. And what's your recommendation for Mr. White?
I'm asking for a signature bond for him, Your Honor. If the court believes that he is not entitled to a signature bond of any sort, then I would ask for the lowest possible surety bond.
Okay. On count one is 1,000, on count two is 1,000. This is a $2,000 surety bond. No further contact with Jeanette Pullins. And I don't know who got the house. Anybody?
That I don't know, Your Honor, but I would certainly ask a one-time police escort for my client to go back to the location to retrieve any belongings if he's going to be asked not to go back there.
Stay away from 3125 Cushman Circle, was it?
That is correct. Oh, 3215 Cushman.
I have it as 3125.
Oh, hang on.
The warrant says 3125, but the address on his booking sheet says 3215. So, all right.
Let's go with
So
that.
anyways, he's to stay 200 yards away from Miss Pullins, and he's stayed 200 yards away from the incident location. He's allowed a one-time visit to the incident location with an officer to retrieve his belongings. I don't know if these particular they don't show as holds at the jailing screen, so I don't know whether it needs to be updated, but apparently he's got a probation hold from Naples, Florida, and I don't know whether they're bench warrants from Indianapolis and Lebanon, Indiana. But anyway, it's a $2,000 surety bond. Next court date is January 20th.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, I believe that does conclude my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Have a good one.
Welcome.
Question, what happened to Frederick Taylor?
Yes, so Frederick Taylor was accepted by the DA's office. I sent that. There should be a PI number for him now. He should be on for felony first appearance tomorrow.
All right, Deputy, who do we have next?
That's it then.
Okay. So, do we have any waivers on this calendar? No? Okay. Just to go over the calendar with regards to.
Your Honor, but we have a medical reset.
Okay. Let's just begin with, oh gosh, I lost my add-on calendar, did I? No, I don't. I've got it right here. Thank you. Okay, on the add-on calendar, position 1, Benton was a $1,000 signature bond through the jail. Position 2, Casey was a 6,000 signature bond through.
Your Honor, I'm gonna have to interrupt you while you're calling the calendar. I do apologize. That the judge is gonna change for Benson, Miss Holly, so make sure you have an E. So his case number ends with E.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So for where was I? Position 2 on the add-on, Casey was a 6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Position 3, Parker is a 4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. And then did we have a position 4 on the add-on?
We did. Last name Geronimo Robinson.
Whose client is that? Ms. Kim, have you spoken to him?
Yes. Hold on, please, Your Honor. Robinson. Let me double check. I believe so. Yes. I spoke with him.
And is his presence waived?
He did not tell me that he's. I thought it was SOL over no prosecute because it was 2022 and case was dismissed. That's the way I understood Mr. Robinson.
The current case.
This is Gennaro Robinson, position 4. Was he also on our main calendar?
I have a Robinson position 27 on the main calendar. I don't know about this fellow.
I'm just looking at Odyssey. I just noticed it. So Let me see.
Add-on 4, and we're within the statute of limitations, March 20th, 2024. This was transferred down from the DA's office.
Okay.
Okay, Deputy, do you have Mr. Gennaro Robinson still in the courtroom?
No, we never had him. He's gonna be a medical reset.
He's I should mention he's on for with respect to his other open case against the same victim, on for SAP tomorrow, Your Honor.
Okay. Position 27 on the main SAP calendar, that's Joel Timothy Robinson. That was Malprost. The add-on calendar, we have Mr. Gennaro, spelling is CGENERO Robinson, case number 26CR152B. We're going to reset this to Friday. What's the date on Friday? The 9th, January 9th at 2 p.m. Okay. Now, moving on, position 5 on the add-on calendar, that was the case that was just filed down for Mr. Najee Stevens, ending in 153C. That case has been null-prost. That concludes the add-on calendar. Moving on to the main calendar. Position number 1, Aish, is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 2, Austin, is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 3, Binion, that is a $10 cash bond. That's the one, oh, well. Position 4, Boyd, is a 9,500 split bond reset to January 20th. Position 5, Carson, is a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Position 6, Clark, is a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 7, Clyburn, is a $5 cash bond reset to January 20th. 8, Cotton, is a 2,500 signature bond pretrial level 2. 9, Centerol Davis, is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 10, Earl, is a 25,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 11, Helms Burton, is a 4,500 surety bond reset January 20th. 12, Harry Head, is reset to our competency calendar on January 15th at 11 a.m., $1,000 surety bond. 13, Isaac, is a 4,000 signature bond through the jail. Was that correct?
That's what I have.
Yeah,
Okay.
4,000 SOB jail, yeah.
Okay. And 14, Eisen, is a 6,000 split bond reset January 20th. 15, Ivy, is a
2,000 good bond.
Okay, thank you. I did write it down. Sorry about that. 2,000 surety bond reset January 20th. 16, Zacchaeus Johnson. What are we doing?
We didn't.
If the announcement was, that's the one that needs the, is that the one that needs the conflict attorney?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that was Head.
No, it's not Head.
No. Zacchaeus Johnson. Don't know? Okay, we'll come back to him.
He needed a conflict attorney, conflict to Your Honor.
All right, let's appoint Dennis Murphy to represent him. And hopefully we will see him on Friday at 2 p.m., January 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
Position 17, Hayden Jones, is a 5,000 surety bond, reset January 20th. 18, Jordan, is a 3,000 split bond, reset January 20th. 19, Lupo, is a $500 cash bond, reset January 20th. 20, Manigan, is a $10 cash bond, reset January 20th. 22, Mitchell, is a 3,500 signature bond, pretrial level 1.
Excuse me, Yana, did we mention 21?
Oh, sorry, I completely missed that one. Excuse me. Yeah, position 21, Gabriella Martin. Who has that case?
That was the medical reset for 21.
Okay, thank you. Medical reset to January 9th at 2 p.m. Okay, 22 we covered. 23, Kayvon Moore.
Your Honor, can we go back to 22?
Sure.
That letter is gonna be J.
Okay, so 26 CR 117J. Thank you.
For what position is this?
Position 22.
Okay. 116J?
Yeah, 117J.
117J.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just changing the division because of his other open case.
You're the bond.
Yeah, he received a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm sorry, go back one more. Say go 19 and 20. What were their bonds was again? I'm sorry.
No problem. 19. Lupo is a $500 cash bond, reset January 20th. Position 20, Manigan is a $10 cash bond, reset January 20th. Position 21 is a medical reset to Friday, January 9th. 22 is a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 23 is a $2,500 split bond. He has
Can
a
you do the breakdown,
UJR.
Your Honor?
What?
Can you do the breakdown for me?
Sure. Count 1, seatbelt is UJR, no amount. Count 2 is a 1,000 surety. Count 3 is a 500 surety. Count 4 is a 1,000 surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
24, same defendant more, and that is a 13,500 split bond. 3,500 surety on count 1, and then the remaining 5 charges are 2,000 each. Signature bond to pretrial level 3.
And that case number should end in B as in boy.
Okay, so it'll be 26 CR 000127B. Okay, that's okay. Moving on, position 25, Nesmith is a 3,000 split bond, reset date to January 20th. Position 26, Relaford is a 1,000 signature bond through the jail. 27 is a null cross. 28, Shaw is a $50 cash bond, reset to January 20th. 29, Shields is a, oh my goodness, I've got so
It's
much.
10,000 good, Your Honor, and that letter should end in E.
Okay.
So will you go over each one? Because I show it as a 10,000 good, but for the first 2 charges, I have 3,500 good, which is correct. Okay, I'm good. And you said for 29, that letter should be what?
E as in Edward.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you got that.
Okay.
Position 30, Simpson is a 1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 31, Span is a 6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Position 32, Stall is a $40 cash bond, reset to January 20th. 33, Mary Stevens is a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. 34, Najee Stevens is a split bond, is an $8,000 split bond, reset to January 20th. 35, Thompson is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 36, Trigg is a 1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 37, Watson is a 2,000 surety, reset to January 20th. 38, Devin White is a 2,000 surety bond, reset January 20th. Position 39, Gregory White is a $5 cash bond, reset to January 20th.
That's it.
All right, folks. Thank you, Deputy. Appreciate your patience. All right, I have someone on Motorola with a hand up. Did you want to say something? This is the time to unmute and start your video.
Yes, ma'am.
Start your video.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. And what's your name, please?
My name is Landina Green. I'm the mother of Zakarian Green. He's supposed to be in court today at 2 o'clock.
Zakaria Green?
Yes, ma'am.
Arias Johnson. Position.
Can you spell his first name, ma'am?
His birthday 1/16/94.
Could you spell his first name for me?
Yes, ma'am. Zaccarrion.
Don't show him.
We don't have a case with him on this calendar.
Yeah, they had gave us the link. We had been on here since 2 o'clock. He had a failure to appear, two failure to appears.
You said Zaccarrion?
Yeah, Z is in zebra.
I got that part. Last name is Green.
Yes, ma'am. Spelled like the color.
He's not in Fulton County yet.
Well, yeah, he's already over there.
Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, he is here. My
Uh,
apologies. He has the FTA, Your Honor. He has 2 FTAs, so he won't appear on our he'll appear on our SAP calendar.
Okay, is he scheduled for tomorrow or next week?
Let me tell you. Let me look up the case number 24 CR 001-369E and 1894E. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. While we're waiting for that, is there anyone else? I see someone on tablet. I don't know who that person is. Did you have a question for the court? Okay.
Are you talking to me or someone
No,
else?
I'm not talking to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Miss Bridgewater, you're more than welcome to leave, and I'll wait for those bond orders, please. Unless she's already left.
It's taking a minute, Your Honor. It's been kind of slow.
What was that case number? 24
It's
CR?
4 CR 001-369E. He was scheduled. No, Your Honor, he's not on the calendar.
Miss, I'm sorry, are you Miss Green?
Yes, ma'am. I'm his
All right.
mom. Yes, ma'am.
His case is assigned to Judge Jane Morrison.
Yes, ma'am.
And he doesn't have a new case. This calendar is only for new cases. So I'm sorry, whoever gave you this information. I don't know what
Yeah.
conversation transpired for
Yeah.
you to get this Zoom link, but he would never have been on this calendar. He has an older case, and
Yeah.
he was arrested for failure to appear for his jury trial before Judge Morrison.
Yes.
And let me see. He presently is in custody for his failure to appear. He's got a $9,000 surety bond for his failure to appear.
So a surety bond, will he be able to get out?
Yes, if he posts his bond, he'll be able to be released, but he'll need to make sure that he shows up in court before Judge Morrison.
And
And how
on
much
the
would
other
that be?
case, and on the other case that's open, he actually did go to court today at 2 o'clock on Judge Morrison bond forfeiture calendar.
Oh, okay. You'll need to check with the jail and find out how much it will cost to release him, because I don't have, the only thing I have is, oh, okay, I do beg your pardon. One case is a $5,000 cash bond, and the other one is a $4,000 surety bond. So, on the case ending in 24 CR 1369 is a $5,000 cash bond. And on his more recent case, 25 CR 1894 is a $4,000 surety bond. It's 2 bench warrants.
Yes, ma'am. Because I mean, I have some money, but $5,000 I can post it. He have like 4 kids, one of them with autism. We
Yeah,
need to get
that's
back
where
home to.
that's where he has to address that with Judge Jane Morrison. She's the
Yes,
judge who
ma'am.
has both the cases, and those are the
Yes.
bonds set by her.
Okay, because they never did pull him for court. Because I was talking to him after about 2:30, they never pulled him down.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
something again that you would have to take up with the litigation manager of Judge Morrison's division.
Okay, thank y'all so much for hearing me out. Thank y'all.
No problem. Have a good one. All right,
Thank you.
folks, we are in recess until Friday at 2 o'clock. No, actually until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. We get to do SAP. And Miss Jackson, it has been a pleasure. Keep us in mind. Don't be a stranger, okay?
I want to thank you so
Okay.
much for your patience with us today.
No
And
problem.
just thank you. like you said, it's been a pleasure to work with you as well over the years.
Yes, it's been a while. And we both look the same exactly like we did 20 years ago.
Well,
So,
great. I'm glad to hear that. That makes me feel really, really good.
all right.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.